Forged in blood, etched in bone, the stakes low, but rich with everybody stand up, fist up.
Crashes does hit one. He's still got a chance for more. Oh, he's got all three.
Let's just analyze that black hole of time. Thunder for a soundtrack.
Skin Club, make the right choice.
Welcome everyone to FunSpark ULTI 2020. My name is Tal. I'm being your comrade host for today, and we're having a couple of great matches. This tournament is an A-class tournament, $2,500,000 for the teams, and this day is gonna be great. Not only because of the matches, but because of my friend analyst Dinko. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Obviously, like you said, a huge tournament, huge prize pool on the line, and some very solid teams as well in here. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah. So, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, usually I'm a play-by-play caster, usually I'm commentating over the action, but, I've stepped in here on the slightly less handsome, well, maybe a little more than slightly, Maniac today. I'm stepping in for him in the analyst shoes today. Not exactly my main role, but I'm excited to give it a go, and I think it should be a fun day. As usually, I'm a play-by-play caster, but this should be good fun.
Yeah, great. So, a little bit about the tournament. It's a one-week tournament, so double elimination system. No groups, no, no something that makes it longer. So, only concentrated CS till the end. About the prize pool. The first place gets $150,000. The second gets $50,000, and etc. till the end. As I said, 8 teams, so the last will get $5,000. So, Dinko, what is your predict about the winner of the tournament?
Well, I think coming into it, you got to look at the teams. I think Heroic were initially meant to be in this tournament, but they've been subbed out for Dignitas due to a schedule conflict. So I would have said Heroic on the run they've been on, but now I can't really look past Virtus.pro. I think they're the favorites for the tournament. They're the team to beat. But I think Complexity is a little bit of a dark horse there as well. We've seen them at EPL. We've seen them beat Virtus.pro. So that's their biggest challenge, I think, in this tournament. Everybody else is kind of underperforming. There is a couple of teams that are sort of rising up through the ranks. So I'm predicting Virtus.pro to come in as the winner, but I think Complexity could certainly do it. And obviously, Evil Genius is over there. I think they're kind of a dark horse alongside Havu. I think they're the two teams I'm excited about. So Virtus.pro, favorite team for me.
What about BIG?
They've been struggling a lot recently, right? They've had some good individual performances. I mean, out of Keto, he was popping off versus Complexity on Mirage, but I don't think Big have been on a good enough trajectory. They haven't really been on good form recently. So I'm not really looking good for the chances to win a tournament. I don't think I have enough confidence in them at the minute. But I do think, looking at the teams they've got in this tournament, they've got to play extra salt in their opening matchup. Not today, that'll be on Tuesday. But I think Big could beat some of the weaker teams, obviously. But they went out last in their group over at EPL. They haven't been looking that solid. So for me, I can't really be too confident in Big.
Yeah. So Searson is having a birthday today, so happy birthday, man. About the format, as I said, it is double elimination system, no groups, and I've asked you yesterday about that. So tell the viewers how to find this system.
Well, I find the system really fun to watch, and I'm excited to get into it. Obviously, the lower seeds play against the higher seeds. We're right into the important matches, all the best of threes. When you take a look at this, it's double elimination, which is very good for the teams that haven't really had much of a chance yet, right? Extra Salt have come over from North America, and they've got to play, at least in this double elimination bracket. Over in Blast, they only had one BO3. They had a very tough opponent. So, they lose that game versus Spirit. Now they've got a chance. Okay, maybe if you lose to Big, you still go down to that lower bracket, you still have a chance to move through, and it's very forgiving for teams like Dignitas as well, who have come in the last minute, maybe not having that preparation, right? So they have a chance. They have a second chance to try and get deep in the tournament, and I think with the amount of matches we'll have, and it's all best of threes, we should end up with the best teams towards the end.
Great, so let's get over to the teams and start with VP. Let's watch their intro video. Great team, great players. I've been their fans since their first day as a Vanguard, because I've been casting their games in Russian. I love them from the very first day. How do you find this team?
Yeah, this team is very fun to watch. I think, like you, I've been casting them for a very long time since they were avant-garde, through all their changes, through all the players being brought into the team. So I have been following this team for a very long time and seeing sort of the changes with the roster. I think for a while they were very good. I mean, they made a major final, right? But they just missed that little bit of extra spice that made them elite tier. When they made it to the final, I don't think anybody was ever expecting them to be able to compete with Astralis back at the Star Ladder Major. It feels like years ago, because it was. It's crazy how long ago it was. But, they had to make these changes. They had to bring in an extra player. And Yukindar has just been that spice that they needed, right? He's made them elite tier. And when he performs, VP can beat anyone. And that's very exciting for me.
Yeah, Yukindar is a great player. Also, Sanji is a perfect support player that sacrifices himself every round. And that is great. Not every team has such a player. So, the second team is forZe. Let's see their intro video. So you tell us that you like Yukindar as a player. Tell us about your favorite player on forZe.
Well, I think, forZe have got a lot of changes going under the team, so obviously the roster looks very different now. I think, when I pick out a player to look at on forZe, it's always got to be Jerry for me. Like, I just think he's a good package for the team. He's one of the rare in-game leaders in the CIS region that does a good job. I think, obviously, he's very fun in the interviews. He's good in and out of the game. He's a very sacrificial player, gets a lot of information plays, a lot of aggressive rounds, and will sacrifice himself a good bit for the team. He has a very clear plan on on how forwards want to play the game. It's exciting to watch. So for me, it's Jerry. But if I'm going to throw in a newer player for you guys to look at, it's got to be zorte. He's going to be a fun player. I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit later on because he's an up-and-coming AWPer from the region. He's been looking solid for a good while.
Yeah, me and Zorta are from one town, little town, far away on Far East. So that is very great that a player from such a place comes to a great team. So we spoke about one player from one team, one player from another. Let's speak about the rosters by themselves. All 10 players on the screen, please.
Yeah, when we take a look at the two teams here, of course, Virtus.pro, number 5 in the world. It's going to be Sanji, Buster, Kicker, Jim, and Yakindar. We've already talked about that 1-2 punch that Virtus.pro have. Jim and Yakindar are incredible. When those two players show up, Virtus.pro become one of the most difficult teams in the world to beat, especially in this online era. So if Jim and Yakindar show up, I shouldn't be seeing too many issues for them going up against forZe. Like you mentioned as well, Sanji, one of the best supportive elements. He's very sacrificial. He'll pretty much give up all of his roles. He'll play with the MP9. He'll give everybody the guns. And over on forZe, I mean, we talked about Jerry, in-game leader for the team. It's a big roster change-up. They've got rid of some power. And he was the player for me that was the most exciting for me on forZe for a very long time. But they sort of stagnated, right? They became a team just sitting around the same level, never really went up. So I think a large change was needed. And it was kind of surprising to me they got rid of some power. I think they were floating the move, getting rid of Almazer and Face Crack, but they ended up going with the move of Zapower. But I think, there was 3 AWPers I was very excited about coming up in the CIS region. One was Dexter, one was Zapower, and the other was Zorte. And luckily for forZe, they've had both, 2 of the 3. So I think Zorte is definitely the AWPer I would go to if you're going to make this change.
So, if the map veto is ready, I would like to see the maps, because we'll have something to talk about in this way. Yeah, the bans are already on our screen.
Yeah, I mean, this is the veto I kind of predicted coming into this one. I was doing some preparation to the veto. It makes sense. I mean, Vertigo's the permaban of forZe, VP permaban Nuke. Mirage, this was one that I was kind of wondering if forZe are going to pick Mirage or Dust2, but they went for the Mirage pick. I mean, it's a very comfortable map for them when they're playing with a new roster against a top team. You've got to go for your comfort ground. Issue is, I mean, VP are very comfortable on this map as well, but the last time forZe played against VP, they actually beat them on Mirage 16-12. That was a different roster, but it was relatively recent. It was December at the start, at the end of last year, so obviously a big change has gone up. Yeah, it was certainly a close one, but again, a new roster, so they're just going for a comfortable affair. And VP going in there with a comfortable pick of, I believe it was Overpass. And I mean, that's obviously the issue for forZe. The issue when you look at their Overpass has never been good. Like, no matter what roster they play with, Overpass has always been very rough for them. Yeah. They'll win it every now and then against weaker opponents, but they're just not beating VP on this map.
So you think it's going to be a 2-0 for VP?
I think it's a very possible 2-0. I think, coming into this one, forZe, they play that fun style with the CIS, Counter-Strike. They've been playing online a lot. I think Virtus.pro have shown in the past they can get caught off by the way forZe play. So I'm not going to say there's no chance for forZe to get a map here, but I do think VP should be picking it up 2-0 most likely. And if they do lose Mirage, I think that's the only map they can lose. Then I think they pick up the last map of Dust2, or Inferno was actually left over. So I think they pick up Inferno. I don't think forZe will be taking the series. I think VP will come into this one and most likely 2-0 given the maps that we've got here.
Back in the days, Inferno was a great map for forZe, the other roster of them. But nowadays, VP, just a better team for now. So, my prediction is like 2-0 for VP, maybe 2-1 if Mirage, like you said. But I want to know what our viewers think. So let's vote in the chat right now. Press. Oh, that's our predictions all over the way.
I'm looking very VP. Swiss. Maybe that's me in like 20 years. Who knows?
Well, maybe. Who knows? So, I want to know what our viewers think. Let's vote in the chat. So that's going to be V for VP, F for forZe, as you know. And we're going to wait for your vote. So, a little bit, for like 1-2 minutes about the match. What is your expectation? What are going to be the scores on the maps? And etc.
Well, I think coming into this one, Virtus.pro are going to be very confident. The last time they played forZe was a long time ago in December, and that was kind of before Yekindar really got settled into the team. Since then, VP have gone on to do fantastic things, played in the grand final of Katowice. I think, EPL, they kind of dropped off a little bit. I expected a deeper run for them, but they got put out by complexity in playoff round 2. They finished third in the group over at EPL. So I think coming into the first map, they're just going to be gaining confidence back, I think, after EPL. So I think they'll be just playing with that free loose style, the aggressive plays coming in from Yekindar. I think James going to be playing very well on Mirage. I think this whole affair should be very comfortable for VP. We've seen them look very good on Mirage overall. I think they'll take a pretty significant lead early on. But if the win conditions for forZe, I think, on Mirage is that they get a good start, an early good start. They pick themselves up a couple of rounds at the start of the game. They get control of that economy. They find themselves a bit of confidence because forZe are very momentum-based as much as it is a cliche. Yeah. If they get momentum, if they get rolling, they can win round after round after round. So I will be looking for some of those aggressive plays in middle from forZe to really stamp the authority over VP at the start of this one. We'll watch out for Jerry. He likes to go for that con aggression straight up mid, straight into connector. They like to split window and try and split that A side from 2 avenues. So I think this has to be a good start for forZe. I think they have a pretty strong T side, but I think Virtus.pro should be picking up the first map, even if forZe play that well. And then heading into the second map, I mean, forZe just are not very comfortable on overpass. I think James is going to catch them off with that AWP. I think the rotations from VP are going to be too much for forZe to handle. I think that they've got to hope for a miracle heading into the second map. So yeah, their best chance to get a map in this series coming into Mirage. It's going to be real difficult for them.
Don't you think that VP are too much entry-frag based team? So if James or Yekindar don't get an entry, their rounds become very slow, not very interesting, especially on train, as you saw back in the days.
Yeah, I think you're onto a point for sure. I think, we've seen that over at EPL, right? Yekindar had quiet games, wasn't delivering that impact. And you see what happens to VP when that happens. They kind of just fall apart, right? They try and find that plan B. It's not really there yet. So, yeah, I agree with you. I just don't know if forZe is going to be the team that can force them to slow that down. I think when we seen them play against Astralis, for example, what happened was Astralis slowed VP down. They knew they were going up against that slow, methodical T side. So Astralis just hung on to the utility. They drew out the round. They used the utility late into the round, and VP got caught off trying to go for those explosive plays in the late round. So I think if forZe can somehow figure out how to approach that on the CT side, then they can maybe figure out the game plan of VP. But I think the issue for forZe is they're very aggressive, even on the CT side, right? So you're going to be having a lot of these head-to-head fights. It's just their play style. So I think the issue here for forZe is VP are going to get those opportunities to get those opening kills. And for me, that becomes pretty worrying for forZe, because if their entering will work out, if their their game plan just works out, VP, they're very difficult to beat. So I think the matchup kind of works well here for VP. As long as they don't lose those initial duels where, forZe will get aggressive, they will take the fight to you. Yeah. forZe can win a couple of those duels. So that could be something. If Yekindar's not winning a couple of those aim duels, then maybe there's a chance there for forZe. But I think today, I don't think Virtus.pro are going to have much issues being forced to their plan B. So I think their initial plan going for those entries will work out.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to find something for forZe, something to make this game more interesting for us.
I think obviously forZe are very young in terms of the team. They haven't really had that much experience recently with this roster. You take a look at the players you've got. I think the player to watch, if you haven't watched much of forZe recently, has to be Zorte, right? He's going to be very exciting. Maybe that could catch off VP, right? They haven't seen forZe play in a while. I don't know how much preparation they've done for this matchup, so maybe forZe have been practicing hard. VP aren't ready for the play style. They get surprised. They get caught off guard. That is the only world I see forZe doing something here. And obviously Twitch, the fans agree with me here.
Yeah, so much agreed with you. So, guys, thank you, Dinko. We are ready to go to the casters, go to the game. Henry and Harry, take it away.
Oh, hi there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Hugo, how are you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm Henry now, so that's,
I like
just fully
it, man.
changing my name.
Like that.
I'm rebranding.
I like that.
I run Cloud9 CSGO.
Oh.
Luckily they're not in this tournament. That wouldn't work. But,
man. So
cool.
I'm really looking forward to this, Hugo. Right, you know me. I'm a big CIS Counter-Strike fan. It's very exciting. We're in like the dawn of the CIS era, right? With Gambit and VP really like bringing that up. Na'Vi nowhere to be seen in amongst the CIS era, which is pretty weird, pretty interesting. If this matchup, right? If this forZe VP matchup was happening like kind of beginning of 2020, looking back towards the end of like 2019, I think forZe for a lot of people would have been favorites here, right? But it's been a long time since then. forZe have obviously undergone some changes, right? Getting rid of face crack and Z power. So now, right, it's like a new look forZe versus a very established VP. I think forZe are going to be pretty hard pressed to do anything here, Hugo. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
I think Dinko and you have put it very well. I think I'm feeling redundant at this point. And that is because VP's form is great right now. So that's a good sign. It's nice that we do have Cole in this tournament as well. They also took down VP back at EPL as well. So we know that VP aren't unbeatable. But as said, on the desk, is this really going to be the game that VP fall apart in? I don't think so. That being said, new look forZe, maybe a chance today, maybe a surprise to show us in this series. We'll have to wait and see. Straight into Mirage. It's the opening map. It's forZe's pick. And they're on the T side heading straight towards that B bomb site. For VP, it's full armor. And for forZe, they're not waiting around. It's contact, but no one has the info. Now the running starts and forZe pop in.
Yeah, Buster can't do anything from short. James trying to hold on over here in the market, but he is getting pressured. I'll respond with the first. It's Almeza on the receiving end of that. There's Flit leap into action and securing a double to put this back in the advantage of forZe with that bomb down. You can see, thanks to that little nifty bomb timer graphic, right?
Yeah.
Half the time ticked off this. Try to maneuver their way back in, a man down, and nothing is presenting itself yet. There's Jerry in with another. And this pistol round's looking good for forZe.
Yeah, very explosive. VP not leaning towards being a pistol is them playing for retake. We see VP do this a lot where they'll like give up a bomb site on a pistol, but they won't have the kit. And often on a map like Mirage, you can do that on A, for example, play towards a CT ticket, retake the site with no kit, no problem. We've seen that from VP many times. But doing it on B, well, that's a whole different ballgame. And right now, it's to the point going the way of forZe. So VP's retake will fall apart. And now they've got to question whether they want to buy in the second. Probably just going to see a flat eco, right? Although, the conversion rate of these force buys still so good, still like 50-50, honestly, at this stage in Counter-Strike. It's been that way for so long. We even saw like early 2020, it was like 55% win rate with the force. Like there was almost no reason to not buy on the CT side. And so, yeah, VP, they're going to go for it. They're going to give it their all. And we got the scout on chain to do so back in ticket. Meanwhile, forZe are taking mid, looking to split this A site.
Yeah, slow and steady to begin this round, right? They get this mid control, they fan out across the map. They've also got players over towards Palace and Ramp. So you're set up nicely to collapse in towards this A bomb site now if you're forZe. Kicker playing that ramp angle, right? Just jiggling, getting the info, dropping the smoke, and now living to tell the tale. Denies this fast ramp play from forZe. They will leave middle now and go back into the apartment, so maybe this is actually going to fall into a B play. They had mid, they had two players over towards A. It looked like it was going to attempt an A split, but they've seen something that they don't like. And hell, man, I trust Jerry. I would trust Jerry with my life if I had to.
Sure, it's definitely the man for the job. But VP have, been read or gambled incorrectly, rather. forZe have played them like a fiddle. We've seen that rotate out of B. Buster leaving, Sanji gone, and now it's all on Buster up on Catwalk. He's stopping this split. Good for one. Flick does get the trade, and with the window smoke, there's nothing that Yikinda can do. The spray into A is good as well, and now forZe explode into the MTP bomb site. It was left by Sanji earlier on. They're going to get an AK down the middle. That's a chance to set up this retake. But Sanji needs the kill, and he does get it. 3-on-2, and now it's enticing for VP.
Yeah, I mean, hell, man, you're like better armed than the two defenders at this point. Move in, give it a go. Oh, it's only Kenzie left. 1v3, now turn 1v2. Ball's planted for him, and it's another peak that Kenzie's able to win out. Jame not on that bomb. hoping for the repeat, and it hasn't come through. We'll get the tag in through the wall, but it doesn't feel like enough to win this round. He doesn't know that kenzie has crossed either. And so forZe, they do manage to hold on there, right? That was a 1v3 out of kenzie. Losing the 2 AKs as well, he's able to win it out with the Galil. So big stuff out of him. I'm not going to lie, right? Because I used to really enjoy forZe. I used to really like this squad. Then they remove Z Power and suddenly, I haven't really seen much out of this team. So I don't really know what kenzie and Zorti are looking to bring to the table here. But I'm very excited. I think if you were going to replace someone like Z Power, well, you've got to be bringing in someone who's pretty capable to fill those boots.
And yeah, so we're going to wait to see Zorti's AWP, right, in response. But that's a great little round out of kenzie to start off, okay? VP, they almost broke the money, almost flipped the game on its head in round 2. And instead, nice little clutch from the new kid on the block. And forZe, maybe they're coming into this game as underdogs, sure. But we know domestic matchups can get dicey. A CIS championship, perhaps. But we'll see if this plays into it all too much. forZe going to be gunning hard for this game, whereas for VP, it's just their opener. It's one of the weaker opponents. That's how they're looking at it. So they've got to be very careful that they don't fall short. However, in this round, well, they will fall short. It's only pistols.
Well, Hugo, mate, you talk about these domestic matchups and how, especially it feels like within CIS, they so often get out of hand. That's an attempt at the Zeus, by the way. It doesn't work, but NT. Yeah, man, like, if once again, if you went back to like 2020, VP would have also been one of these teams where, especially when they match up versus guys like Na'Vi, we would have said the exact same thing. We would have said, oh, well, they're coming into it as underdogs, but domestically, things always get a little bit wild. And so VP are now like the incumbent force, right? They're now the ones that we're expecting to take this series as favorites. Not really a position versus a squad like forZe they've had to experience in a hot minute yet. So let's see if that famed kind of CIS derby causes some problems for VP. Already 0-3 down. There's a nade stack into connector there. I like that idea. You're trying to cancel out one of these orbs early on because we got the double orb set up from VP. You were hoping on the back of the smokes raining over mid, you were going to force a com peek out of one of those orbs. Didn't happen, but I expect we'll see more of those little nade stacks out of forZe.
I like the double orb ASAP, right? VP, they haven't fired a shot off yet. forZe don't know where these sit. And James got to connector after it's been triple naded. So knowing the util is going to be somewhat lacking. Smoke to fight under. He's going to go for it. Full send. Buster's got his top mid cover. And James, it's a missed shot. Very close. He's got support. And Yakinda can come in with a lot of damage, but it goes both ways. Yakinda finishes the job. And Buster picks up one towards the top of middle. 5-on-3. VP coming alive in this gun round. And now forZe forced to hit B.
Yeah, Sanji's here, man. Sanji is a safe pair of hands and really isn't even needed. It's Buster doing the bulk of the damage. He mops up that final kill, and Virtus.pro, they come in with their first round right away when the rifles are bought out.
I noticed a smoke we saw from forZe that we've seen in the past very rarely. They drop it in the B apartments in the corner where that wall bang is, and what that does is it goes through the wall and it stops someone on the short bricks, which is where Buster was, keep in mind, from peeking in, from seeing the apartment's windows on the cross. If you have mid and you play for short and you play really safe with your back covered, like, you can get so much off from that position. But Buster gets countered. He still gets 3 kills, right? He moves past it. But I actually really like to see that smoke from forZe. Not many teams are using that, and it can be quite useful.
Well, Hugo, you want to talk about cool utility? We just got a little Molotov there. It looked, I don't know if it was, but it almost looked like the coal Molotov that bounced off the lamp in the apartments and goes deeper. It only puts a stop to forZe for a moment, though, right? They're still spilling out into this B bomb site, and right now, one man's going to have to bear the main bulk of that. It's Sanji all alone, cut down by the encroaching forZe players. Double AWP left in the retake and a 3-on-5. It might just be a save here out of VP.
Seen that before.
You hate to have to make this call. Well, any other team might.
Yeah.
Jamie, he don't mind it. He don't mind it. Yeah. This is just another day in the office. But it does suck because you know that, coming into this round, forZe only had these pistols. They'd only force bought up into this round. And so you were hoping to to just kind of melt them on the B explosion. But that hasn't happened at all. It's looking like it's going to be a flawless round here for forZe as they move up onto 4.
Yeah, they're really actually taking their money into account as well, right? Like 4 players saving a market. Almeza had to go, and that's because he was going to die to the bomb. He had 40 health. So someone at least makes that call. He dies anyway. It doesn't matter.
Look at the man. I've missed it. I've missed seeing Jerry on my screen. And there he is giving fist bumps down the line.
Beautiful stuff. It's
I really
nice
wanna...
that forZe are taking this serious. They're boot camping. They're landing it together. So I can seriously help you.
I really want to know how Jerry's doing because, like, Hugo, man, throughout 2020, we went on like this tear of speaking to Jerry daily at one point, right? At
You
the
were
beginning
ringing
of the
his
year.
phone. He was saying, "Harry, stop contacting me. Harry, I'm busy. Harry, I'm in a match. It's a halftime break. Stop ringing me."
And you know, like me and Jerry, we go way back. But I want to know how he's doing because you know I know that forZe didn't have like the best 2020, especially when you think about you know how things were really looking up for this squad. What? Okay. Buster must feel cheated after that one. ZauRTi going to get away with the kill instead. And forZe starting another round, a man up, a 5-on-4 again. And they completely leave the B side of the map. They're moving in towards this A bomb site. Still 2 players strong here for Virtus.pro. Is that going to be enough to stop the coming tide of forZe?
Oh, it's coming all right. And at least there are players here to stop it. Ollie down.
Oh yeah, it's gonna come. Over. Let's see if it heads in towards this A bomb.
You want to run with this, Harry?
I
thought not.
Little couple of nades dropped at ramp.
It's a stack for VP, right? They've got everyone here. Like this is the power move, the power play right now. So forZe, they're walking into everyone except Sanji, but he's used to that. Fast out ramp now. Jame going to drop the smoke on the molly preemptively. He knows it's coming. Big brain from Jame, and he's got the headshot. Bomb loose, and he's hiding out below the smoke. A second kill as his teammate falls, but there is another man to worry about. Kicker up top side, dropping Jerry, and now 2 T's out the ramp, getting choked out in this round. 20 seconds, they've got to go. The molly fades in the smoke, and the flick shot will not connect. It's Kicker providing cover and 3 kills to get VP onto 2.
I love these transitions, man.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a lot of emotion right now, you know, like just from the I love it. Look at it. It's so clean. Now we're back.
We have some really cool content here from UCC as well. Like some of the videos, the team intro videos, some of the graphics. Like there's some really cool stuff in this tournament, and hopefully that we're going to see more and more each day.
UCC always doing something wild. You know, they're always coming out with some little. Here's some feature length film we've made to you know, like proclaim the winner or something like that. It's sick. It's sick. It really, really is. I love like the little team intro videos that we've had so far. I can't wait to see what some of the others are.
They follow in the one for VP that we saw earlier. Like follows in the idea of the trailer for CS:GO. Right? It's like the nuke. It's the van. They're all getting out of the van. You seen the trailer?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Yeah. You heard about this cool game,
Counter-Strike? Yeah, I think I've heard about it.
It's pretty fun, man. No, I think it's really cool. So, and we've seen some other things as well that haven't been shown on stream yet. So stick around. And there's a lot of things that you're going to want to see. Maybe like this B play. Because right now, VP don't have that info. They're jump spotting. Sanji going to go up and over, as will the flashes. And now forZe getting ready to explode.
Yeah, here they come, man. My, oh my, the utility's just raining over. Look at this smoke. Look who's hiding in it. Sanji. Woo! Oh, he's tearing them down. Kicker and Buster are here as well. And Sanji's there to close it all out for VP. I love watching Sanji at this B bomb site. Yeah. Everyone who knows anything about me knows that I'm a big Sanji fan, and him at B, man, is just beautiful. It really, really is. I love what we've been getting out of him. So let's see if we can get a little bit more of that.
Yeah, we had like 4 players at B before the bomb was even out of the apartments, by the way. It was a triple stack from the get-go. Buster gets like double arch smoked on short, and he still gets a kill before they bloom. And yeah, like that's the line you're trying to toe with your force. Like going early enough that you can surprise your opponent, but not going early enough that you're out before the smokes are bloomed, because then they're pointless, right? Buster's just killing you before any of the utils in play. And so, yeah, forZe get whittled down with a double hold, and then Buster as well. And Kickett even runs in through market. He just wants a piece of the pie. He wants those ecos.
The thing about Sanji is he's always so good at getting great value for money, Hugo. And just like what we saw on the screen there, if you also like great value for money rather, like Sanji, you might be interested in what Skin Club are running right now over on their website, right? They got this whole little 10% deposit bonus thing going on. Obviously, to do that, you just go, you sign up, you use the code UCCSCLB. There you go, Hugo. You love free stuff. It's kind of free, 10% bonus. I'll take it.
Yeah, big money. Jane, by the way, acing on the anti-code.
Yeah.
Okay, Kicker stealing it.
Of course, Kicker stealing the ace. Who can you trust?
We call that the Dinko.
That is the Dinko, if I've ever seen it.
Yeah. He's been known to do that from time to time. We're watching you. But right now, it's VP who are in our hearts, in our minds, in our eyes. 4-4, they recover well. forZe, for a second, it looked like forZe were about to run away with things and showed us some really nice rounds. They had the pick in the 5-on-4 at 4-1. And since that, VP have just come alive. They have given no room. Jane, oh, he's so blind. They're just going to jump through the smoke. He has no idea. And forZe find a first, but can they capitalize yet again? Last time they walked into the AAA stack in this position. This time we got VP a little more split up, and now forZe defaulting, holding on, waiting for someone to make a mistake. And well, Kenzie's found his opportunity. Yakinda dead in the jungle. Sanji almost walked into the holding player on short, and he could still do so. forZe are in no hurry. Bomb still drop back and spawn. VP are just hoping for kills to get gifted, but instead they're the ones gifting entries as Almeza finds another. Jerry trades that kill on A, and Buster may as well save.
But will they let him, Hugo? That's the thing about saving. It's like a dance, you know, and a dance, Hugo, requires a partner.
Oh, well, you can't dance on your own, Harry?
Well, you can.
Yeah, a bit sad, is it?
It is a bit sad, isn't it?
Well.
So I guess what I'm saying is, will you be my dancing partner?
Oh.
We can do the samba or the tango
or
the foxtrot.
I don't know what any of these are.
Come on, man.
They're the ones
you ever watch Strictly Come Dancing?
I've left the room when I see it comes on, yeah.
It's really good.
No, it's not.
You remind me of...
No. Bruno Tonio.
Bruno Tonio, yeah, that's who you remind me of, actually.
7!
Well,
no one's going to get the reference at all.
No one will. That's fine. Buster. He's getting away with the AWP at least. Foxtrot his way to victory.
Look at these moves, man. He's just jiggling. He's dancing. He hasn't got a partner, Harry. He's dancing with the AWP.
Dancing with the stars. Look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at how pretty this is. Oh, look. This is some of the nice little graphics we promised you all. Look at how cool this is. This is Buster. You guys might know him.
Entry kills on James and Kenzie right now. No surprise to see James up there. He does get run down in middle in that round, but saving that AWP allows for more and more guns. Buster still has some chump change and double AWP. forZe throwing some beautiful flashes out mid now. They've been really good at this mid control. VP haven't really challenged them. And you know, you get scared when you see him, like the first gun round, forZe triple nade connector. That's in the back of your mind at the start of every round if you're VP. You're like, well, can I really make that risk? Can I really peek con? Will I get dunked on? There's a chance. And so you know what forZe are up to. So Zorte AWPing B.
Yeah, it's kind of sick, right? Like whenever you throw a nade stack in a lot, there's a few other maps where this is the case, right? Like Inferno Banana is an obvious one. I think Overpass, like mid nades, can be another example. Whenever you get used to seeing a nade stack, it's like a great bit of conditioning. It's almost like a mind game, right? Like you might not even throw the nades, and you're still affecting VP because the odds are they're not peeking that connector out of fear that you are going to get like quad naded into oblivion. Yakinda moving late into con, and he's ahead of this smoke. Oh, Yakinda, unfortunate timing on the turnaround, and now Buster trying to pick up the pieces. He will nail one over in middle. Kicker mops up the ramp play, and this attempt at getting into the A bomb site's gone a little bit wild. Flit's got this advanced position all the way through CT, and is putting up numbers. Now the offense is kind of spread across this map, right? They've got some control over towards B, thanks to Kenzie and the market.
But the time, The bomb's got to run it. It's going through under. It's going all the way back around. This is all heard by Buster. Flit's trying to find him. He's trying to clear out the B bomb site. But if Buster gets one kill here, he can win the round. Flit's not checking it. He's running. Buster flicks. Flit does as well. The bomb has been dropped, and that's all that matters. Buster killed the package in the corner that Flit could not see. Oh my goodness. The time eludes forZe, and it's VP getting the round. I mean, so much of that is Buster, but also so much of that is Kicker. He kills that one A-split player. Without that frag coming through, forZe have the A site. There's no one there. VP are retaking. But instead, Kicker holds his own, gets killed through the smoke, and boom, forZe are forced to go back with 10 seconds into the B-bomb site. They would have had the plant if Buster didn't get that kill. Flit checked everything, but the one place he had to.
How sad's that, man? They're the kind of rounds that stress Jerry out as well, right? You know that he's someone who demands perfection, and running out of time, not what you want to happen. Got a bit of a standoff in the apartments between Sanji and Zorti. Zorti more like naughty. That's what he's going to have to be to crack open this B site. Oh, Sanji loves playing around this smoke.
There's the smoke down in the apps. Buster doesn't care, by the way. He just shoots through it.
Oh, and the tag as well. Buster's really getting some good damage out of this AWP. Zorti's got his, and he's very, very low. He's trying to look in towards the market. Flit wrapping the short side is good for the kill. And just like that, this has kind of boiled down to a 2-on-4 retake now. Kicker has suddenly reinvigorated VP with that. Oh, Kicker! Any more? Jerry's going to put a stop to it. Doesn't let it get out of hand. forZe keep the lead in their name up to 6.
I do love seeing Flit play. Like, he's so calculated here, sitting there on short. He waits like a good 10 seconds, like almost like, you know, towing the line between baiting on that mid lurk, but he's waiting for a rotate kill. And he's also waiting for Buster to fire a shot so he can chase him. He doesn't want to get held by an orb. Second Buster fires, Flit runs around the corner, gets that kill, opens up into B, and forZe run over the round. Like, yeah, they're loving the B plays. They're back to him a lot here in this T side, and for good reason, right? The 2 rounds that have gone A have been when Kicker gets that solo ramp kill, and that round where VP have a AAA stack, and forZe just walk into it. So, yeah, I understand why forZe are doing this. VP are back to AAA, and forZe now control the money, which is a nice buffer as well. VP broke, Chamber the Orb. Kicker nothing to play with but Dig armor and 350 in the bank, and now forZe, they're in a great position to start building rounds, start, you know, culling this low economy and getting a really nice half on their T side. So will they seize the means of production? We'll have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just slowly out into middle. Very controlled. Not wanting to give too much over. And with the AWP in play on the back of Jane, you understand why you're taking this so cautiously. forZe don't really know where it's posted yet. They've got that little opener. Oh, Yakinda getting saucy with the smoke. He's gone through it at the same time as Flit. But who will this favour? The answer, well, it might surprise you. Flit's going to lock that kill in. Out in CT, James mopped up as well. The AWP now lost. Just Sanji left, but oh dear, on this wrap, he's dropped the bomb. There's just 10 seconds left. Sanji, very, very low, trying to stay alive. The bomb plant's still coming in regardless. He tried to win it to time. But sadly for Sanji, that's not going to happen. Now, he might be able to get out of here with the AK. I know Sanji, like I think I know Sanji. He will be holding on to this, and he might even be dropping it over next round.
No. Are you sure?
That's a Sanji classic.
Wow, dude. Nice guy.
I want to, if Sanji, you know, the whole playing thing stops working out for him, I would love to get Sanji as I don't know, my resident financial helper. / advisor. This guy knows how to make wise economic decisions.
Wow. Well, he just died there, Harris. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, you know, can't all be right every time.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, money don't make money, Hugo.
That is true. Go big or go bigger.
Also bigger at this event. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I miss seeing the big boys. I want to know what's going on with that team. I want to know where they're at because it's been very much like a tale of two bigs. It feels like, right?
Big and small.
Big and small, yeah.
Not the rapper. All right.
Is that the name of your like clothing brand? Big and small.
Yeah, we only. No, I'm not running with that. I don't know. Yeah,
For, like,
that is. Yeah.
Really tiny but wide people.
Is that a thing? Like rectangles?
Yeah, tiny and wide. That's like your biggest competitor to big and small.
Okay. Wow.
Tiny and wide. Look at it. Look at this little ramp setup. Boost for Zorti. Doesn't see anyone on the cross.
Yeah.
I really... Sorry, Hugo.
No, after you.
I really tried to drive home calling the bench area crisscross on account of the Chris J play, right? Obviously his was like some kind of triple / bench.
I want to throw in the idea that I've never heard you say that, but that's fine.
Well, I literally have the receipts, Hugo. I will go find them.
Okay, please do.
You big and small little man.
Tiny and white.
Look at your
man.
Kinder.
Like,
Opening
your
the roundup.
Your Kinder and Connector, I want to talk about him, Harry.
Yeah.
He's so annoying in this position. We've only seen him in once prior and he did die looking away at the wrong timing. He will go through the smoke. This man does not care. He will drop the top con smoke and he'll walk through it. He fake nades there. But you will not see any fear out of this guy. He waits in the fade, and okay, the punish kill comes through. But he can be, forZe seem to know what they're up against, but he can be so annoying in this position. He's like the I don't know, the Latvian Esperanto. Let's go with that. Like,
Wow.
what a comparison, right? But he will not stop pushing in that position, and it can be so punishing. Bomb drop James is nasty, but it will be traded by a closer player that he was not ready for. So bomb into B, and a retake for VP with no kit.
Ooh, that's nice from Sanji. Of course he's only on a UMP.
Yeah, I mean, it's his primary weapon.
Oh, the tap on the bomb now. The peaks are in, but for Flit, he's very, very happy with that. He wanted these gunfights. He taps it again, and oh, hello! Kickert's going to get the better of him in the head-to-head. Putting 6 up on the board for VP. It's a very, very close affair heading into the final couple of rounds of this half. And just when you think that forZe might have pieced it together, they might be onto a winner, James, Sanji, and Kicker are all good to seal the deal for VP. And that's one of the things I think that can feel so horrible about this squad is that, like, I feel like you do see some problems for VP when guys like Yekindar are a little bit quiet. They are a team that love getting, like, the opening kill. And when the opening fights are going their way, they are so deadly. But you've got a lot of firepower on this team. You've got so many individuals who can just do their job. Jay, no secret that Jerry's hiding down there.
I love how he just full sends that kill. Like, yeah, I'm going to walk under, scoped in the entire way. Oh, this could be a trade. There it is. Zorti getting one. Jabe also opened up, and he'll close another. There's still the AWP here on Zorti. Seeing some nice shots out of him, but is it really going to be able to save an eco like this? Good flash. And the hero AWP trying to use VP's own metal against them. It will not work. 2 on 4. Naded in the ramp room, and now they've just got to commit to A, and I like this move from VP. They're checking the flank, they know window's been open, and they're also waiting for the A commitment as it has to eventually come through. Zorti reconsidering whether is this even worth it. He doesn't have a choice. Ace for Jame. Now, almost his second ace, Harry, but
Yeah,
stolen only.
of course, by Dinko, sorry, Kicker in the server. Well, last round of the half here, Hugo.
Yeah, I've really liked what I've seen out of forZe. I'll throw that in there. I'm sure you agree. We've got a very competitive game.
It's really hard for me to not be a forZe fan from the get-go
Yeah.
because of Jerry.
Yeah,
Big J, as I call him.
yeah.
If there's one thing you need in life, it is just a big J like this guy, right? Your Kinder holding on to middle. He's got himself a FAMAS. He's armed. Kind of. As armed as you can be with this gun.
Yeah, he's got arms, and they're holding on to a awful weapon. But that's fine. We won't judge him for it, Harry. Now, I wonder why Sanji... I didn't actually see them buying. Why? It's last round. Why is Sanji on a FAMAS? Did he buy that? He's 2,200. Did he drop an AWP? That would make sense. But if he bought the FAMAS, I don't know. I'm going to presume he dropped it all. Because, man, it's not like, you know, essentially when you've got the money, you can play a rifle. You're allowed. There's no rule against that. forZe, though, surprise, surprise, they're heading the B site. Seen this one before. But actually, what if they weren't? What if it was all a ruse and they're going in through under?
What if, man? Just imagine. Oh, wait, that is what's happening. Look at it. They're in window.
This could still end B, but that's not going to help.
Man. You kinned up. Oh, the collateral for Buster. Bye to the cat play. And my oh my, this round has just been snatched away from forZe. How on earth do you recover from this?
You don't.
The double AWP on this VP squad is terrifying. We always see it, especially on a map like Mirage. Buster is so keen to bring this gun into play alongside Jade, and he's always delivering. There's only one man left in Almeza, and with 15 seconds, he's not only got to get this bomb, then he's got to begin a 1v4. It's not looking good, right? I'm not hyping this up as a round win. There it is. Virtus.pro, they win out this first half of play at 8-7. Things are looking good, and they now sit up in the lead.
It's quick, it's ferocious, and it's bloodlust for VP. They've got 3 kills in a second, Harry. No waiting around here. And forZe back to the lobby.
I was really vibing with that video. I didn't even...
Just jumped right in, man.
Yeah, and then I see the pistol shooting, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then I realize, oh, wait a second. I know these guys. It's VP onto 9 rounds. The bomb planted. It's quick, it's clean. They get away with it. Right, so Hugo, if you were to compare the forZe cast to Scooby-Doo characters,
Yeah.
who would be who?
See, I'm not very familiar with Kenzie and Zorty, so that's going to be a hard one. I
think we can give them, like, Shaggy and Scooby.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Shaggy.
Because, you know, like...
But I think Jerry would be...
I think he's Shaggy. I think he's Shaggy as hell,
Jerry
yeah.
would be Shaggy. Or, like, you make him the boss of the team, you go, he's Fred. You know,
He's either Fred or Shaggy,
Fred's
right?
Okay, so Fred... Well, which one? Should we pick a different team? Should we go for VP?
Okay, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get
Go
VP
on.
to Scooby-Doo
VP,
treatment. All right,
Scooby-Doo.
so I think James, probably Shaggy.
Okay, yeah. I can get behind that.
Yakinda, he's a Fred character to me.
Yeah,
He's
I can
smart,
see
he
that.
knows what he's doing.
Who's Velma and Daphne?
Velma. So wait, Velma's orange or?
Velma's orange.
Velma's orange. I'd say Buster's a Velma type. He's busty, you know, he's Velma.
Sanji is Scooby, I reckon.
He's got his hair in a ponytail, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, Sanji Scooby, yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously.
And,
so that
and the
leaves
Scooby
Kicker-
snacks are like the UMPs and stuff that he gets.
And so Kicker has to be Daphne.
Daphne, yeah.
Kicker's a bit
Just
of a
through
star.
like process remaining, like last left alive, really. Look at it. You got a little force by him for forZe. Maybe they would get away with it if it weren't for these meddling kids and that dog.
Yeah, the dog, man. Never forget a dog. See, they call them meddling kids, but I feel like Fred's an adult. You know?
Fred's like
Even if he's
50, bro.
hanging
Like,
around with a
Fred's
bunch of,
like
teenagers.
Fred's like a middle-aged guy, like just
Yeah.
friends with all these kids who out the internet.
I don't
And well,
yeah, okay. I don't think they're all kids. Maybe Shaggy.
look at it. Oh, Kenzie is so dead. He's trapped in a little corner. How has he survived?
James Lowe as well. He doesn't want to repeat
Yeah.
it too.
Oh my word, this has all gotten a little bit weird. Maybe they will get away with it. Oh
Whoa.
no, it's another kill for the pistols. It's slipping through the fingers of VP.
I think we need to do the Scooby-Doo comparison for every team in this tournament, but right now, this team's getting torn down. 2-on-4, getting the bomb back. James late peeking, and he gets killed. Oh no! That was his on a platter. On a plate. Ready for him to tuck into it. Nice shot from Buster, but he will be traded by the Cat player, and it's going to be a force win for forZe. They won't wait long before getting back on the board. And okay, I like what we're seeing right now. It's competitive, it stays that way. As soon as you think VP are going to start running away around, psych, they'll have to win a low econ round of their own. They got the Deegs out.
And yeah, man, look, you can see the midnight odds there, right? You can see the VP are some pretty clear favourites heading into this one. But that's not what the scoreline is telling us right now, Hugo. forZe are giving them a really good run for their money. I love what we're getting out of them right now. They win that force spy, and now they're poised to equal this game up. And maybe even take it a step further than that and look to take the lead. Virtus.pro, what's the answer to this, man? They've only got some Deegs out in this round. A little bit of a purchase. Creeping and crawling in through the apartments. A couple of players here. They do still have like a ramp and palace hold as well. All across the map, they're just maintaining this default. They're seeing if forZe get aggressive. Thus far, they haven't been given that aggression.
Yeah, this should be a bit of a freebie, right? It's not like the full commit for VP. They're saving some cash. Been known to save from time to time, these guys. Can the scout get some cheeky opener here? James, he's done some miraculous things, but this one would be something else. Meanwhile, his team are falling like flies. Yikinda, he has 4 kills right now. It's not a Yikinda game, and I think that somewhat plays into how well we're seeing forZe play, right? With Yikinda fairly quiet, you know, it's not what we expect. It's not what we are used to seeing from VP, and so he definitely needs to have some sort of a recovery into the second half if we're going to see VP close this map. Something that Dinko mentioned on the desk as well, on that little TV screen at the back of the studio. You know, when we do see Yikinda quiet, we had those games in Pro League. It's very noticeable. It's very clear. But I'd say VP is still doing well to remain competitive despite that. We've had some beautiful rounds out of Buster as well on the AWP. Him and James have been doing some heavy work. And now to full eco. So 10 rounds should be available to forZe, and then we have VP fighting tooth and nail for this second half. Would you rather a lot of teeth or a lot of nails?
What? A lot of teeth or a lot of... Well, sharks have a lot of teeth, and they're doing all right.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good, man.
They're like the lions of the ocean. I think that's what people call them.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
You know, king of the ocean kingdom.
Yeah, too many kings there.
Too many kings spoil the broth. That's what they say,
Yeah,
right?
That's why I only put
Too many
queens
kings in my queendom.
Yeah, why didn't they call it the Queendom? When that's a united. Welcome to the United Queendom.
I think we could start calling it that. I think it would catch on. It sounds kind of cool. I like it. It's like you know, like a United Yas Queendom. You know, like that's the kind of vibe I think.
And that means our country would be UQ.
You know? all right. Let's stop, Hugo. I know it's the Glock round, so you think you can just dive off the rails, but I don't think it's day one. Okay, like we're in the first map. We can calm it down. Look at this, right? Little Glock rush. Everyone loves it. Everyone wants a Glock kill. There they are. They're so tasty down in middle. And actually, the Glocks and the P250s are getting away with a little bit more damage than perhaps you would have liked. You still keep 3 alive. You know, you're not reeling yet if you're forZe. You reach double digits, you take the lead. I also want to draw attention to something I've really liked with the HUD. It's only like a very minute thing. Look at these little money tallies on either side. Look at how extra UCC went with the animation when these like disappear. They could have just done like a full wipe where like everything just goes. But watch, one at a time, they tick up. That's really pretty.
Yeah, that is cool.
Nice little detail there, UCC. I like it.
Coming in clutch. Got an underdrop for Jerry. He's going big. Zorti as well. Had a great AWP game. Jay makes it up cat. Yikinda will not get anywhere. I mean, that doesn't help your confidence, right? Like when you get picked by an AWP, like Someone's going to die there. You're running 2-up cap. One of you's probably going to die, and it's your Kinder, sadly. So that just keeps him kind of low and slow. Sanji's up and past Jerry. Neither of them know about the other, but the bomb is going to get dropped here. Like, Jerry has this kill for sure. There's no way Buster's ready for this corner. Oh, the duck! He crouches below, and he finds cover in a position he never should have. Why do I ever call a kill before it happens? And then the opposite happens. But the issue with this is now the bomb's been seen, right? forZe know this is going to be a B play, and so VP go slow. They go quiet in case there is a stack or a rotate. There's not. Playing 2-2, giving up the window. Zorti needs to watch his back on a timing. Almeza has the B site under control for now. But eventually VP will commit with their initial game plan. They're grouping up on B. They still have Jame up in the ladder room. And this B split can come through with almost no way to stop it for forZe. It's got to be this orb going big. Kenzie also could catch a timing onto Jame from that A site, but really you're worrying about Zorti. There's the shot coming through. He needs many more.
Oh yeah, Zorti, big orb, big responsibility, and a B play. A little slower than you would have liked to have VP, but here they go. They get that kill on a Zorti, so it doesn't matter. Now they're spilling in, but oh, Almeza dies, the bomb plant, and now things get very, very scary. The rotations are in, and Flit has picked up a double forZe. They collapse onto the B play. VP slowing down for those few seconds in apartments. You know, it gets them the kill onto the incumbent AWP in that B bomb site, but also it gives time for those rotations to come in the first place. Ultimately, they discount the idea that there could have been a second man in the site. That denies the bomb plant, and then everything just turns chaotic. They're rushing to try and retrieve the bomb. They both get caught out of position by the short wrap. And so now it's just a little eco here from VP.
Yes, Anji's trying to boost Yukinda's confidence at least. He's thrown him an AK. He's been left with a Glock. So Yukinda is, oh dear, dead, apparently. Zorti with that kill. Like, these are fights that you would often expect Yukinda to just be winning without a problem, straight up. But forZe are showing some faith, showing some muscle in this map, and winning all the early fights. Kenzie, it's getting close. Flit does get a con. Thought it was covered. Trade is available, and so it's not a worry. Maybe Jerry's not too happy, but otherwise it's under control. And Buster, 1-on-4 with the Deagle. Looking like 12 for forZe, flashes flying through. And their pick of Mirage right now is proven to be so profitable.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm really happy. All right, forZe. All right, forZe. We see you. You've got our attention. You've got our attention. When no one's sleeping on you any longer, VP certainly ain't. This game's slipping through their fingers, getting further and further away from them. Also, I tell you what, we got another little skin club thing going on here, Hugo.
Oh, yeah?
We actually have it's another bonus, right? You get $1 free. There's only 100 of these though, so hurry up, use the link and grab your free $1. Use the chat command !! Skin free.
Skin free. Got it.
Skin free.
For what? What do you get? Free skins?
You get a free $1.
Ah.
That's just for free though. Like, that's a whole $1 for one thing. So
Only 100 left.
that's $100,
Get it while it's hot.
but only $1 each.
Okay, the math seems to check out in this one. But the numbers that I don't understand are the ones at the top of the screen. forZe 12-9? Well earned, surely. But VP a bit quiet, and Yukinda still 4 kill to his name. So can he turn the tide? Going back to his usual gunfights in middle. No one's giving him squat. No one's even peeking. Molotov down. Top con smoke from the T side. VP setting up on A. They've got a couple of mid lurkers. Where will they go though? Sanji. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he doesn't have the AK, and so he gets obliterated, but the Galil certainly doesn't help. And the timing on that con play for Yukinda, he looks away, he gets swung with the flashbang. Kicker trying to get out Palace, eating nades, eating bullets, and we'll dish one back out, but oh, it's massive, and that's certainly a stop.
Big kicker. Come on, onto a double. Can he get any more? This bomb's on the back of Jame all the way over in middle, and it's slowly making its way downtown. Walking fast, now walking slower as he moves up the catwalk. Back turn to the player here. needs to be ready. Him and Kenzie. Oh, he's seen him. He gets himself tucked in, but James, on the angle. And now the B players on the cards. The bomb plant looking to come through. And a 2-on-2. This round is not over yet. It might be low HP on Virtus.pro. But they're not ready to let this one slip through the net. Jane back at the site with this AWP. Kicker fighting in the site alongside him. And already out through the window, there is a player in Almeza. So this is just Jane now, left in the 1v2. The AWP will deliver the first, but can it get the final man? Just saw he left to find, and he's hit him right now, Jane. Oh, he knows all about him, and he locks in the round. Virtus.pro onto double digits. 10 up on the board. And a huge round out of Jame and Kicker. 3 for Jame, 2 for Kicker at that A-bomb site. And all right, now this is getting interesting.
Yeah, that's a 2v5 that you won't forget if you're forZe. Oh, that'll get the blood pumping. VP, where have they stolen that one out from? To think that it still goes their way after Jame gets heard coming up cap by Kenzie as well, right? Like he scopes up, thinks he has a kill, gets dinked, and still has enough health to, convert the round. Like, ridiculous stuff. Those are the rounds you expect to see out of Jame. And boy, does he deliver. Double digits for VP. They stand tall in this map, and even though forZe are winning, that's the one thing, Harry, that you want to remember about VP. They never give up. These guys never go down without a fight. They never accept defeat, even when they seemingly should. So, comebacks, just call it Monday.
What day of the week is it, Hugo? Because you've said Monday, you've said Wednesday, you've said the weekend.
I just say a day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend. What's that? That's the James Bond guy. Says that. Daniel Craig? That's the one.
What?
You haven't seen that meme? It's like every single weekend there's a Twitter account that posts Daniel. I think it's Daniel Craig. He played James Bond, right?
He played James Bond.
He played him in Casino Royale, right? Okay, sweet.
One,
And he always says, like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, the weekend. And that's all it is.
He's not. Is there any reference to the artist, The Weeknd, or is this?
Yeah, that's who he's referencing, but people use it to, like...
Daniel Craig isn't The Weeknd. I don't get that.
But he's introducing him, Hugo. How don't you understand this? Like, people you know how, like, you're not... Yeah, no.
Oh,
okay, right, you know how you're not Virtus.pro, but you can still say, like, ladies and gentlemen, Virtus.pro,
Yeah.
You're still allowed,
Sorry,
right?
I didn't get what you meant, but now I do.
I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. Look at this. We got Zorty on and up, and I'm excited about that. Hugo, get us back into the game.
I'm getting us back on the Kinder hype train, right?
Yeah.
This is his round. This is his time to shine. He's been a bit quiet, but he doesn't look scared. He doesn't look perturbed or deterred from pushing right in through this con smoke. Kicker gets one. Buster gets killed. Yakinda with the swing from stairs, and that's what we like to see. 4-on-3, and as A site is under the control of VP, it might have to be a save. forZe are banking on the flank right now. If Jerry can get a kill, maybe they're tempted him. He's going on a long flank, and this is not to Ninja either. He's trying to win the round. He doesn't have a kit. The kit's been lost in middle with that kill. You've got to save here. There is no hope in hell. Jerry's going to hang around in Palace, but Almeza needs to tuck tail and get away alive. No longer a game in the favor of forZe, even though the score might say that. VP have got the money, they've got the momentum, and they've broken forZe's economy. So, ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Oh, that was good, man. That was good. All right.
Dinko has sent me the gif of Daniel Craig introducing the weekend, and now I understand.
Yeah, okay, good. Now you understand.
You did not make that clear. I'm sorry, Harry. It's not me, it's you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Thank you. Oh, get me out. Get me out.
This is not a dance.
I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help.
I'm dying in a van in the garage. Look at this. Virtus.pro outside of the A side. Oh, but a flash in the middle. The flip. Oh, and the Palace aggression. forZe, they're not going to forget. Losing the round that should have never been given over. They're keen to try and right their wrongs right here and now. But Sanji fighting back in a very big way has left it all on Jade. Oh, but Jade, he was the man who delivered death swiftly to the hearts of forZe in that last round. Can he do it again? Once more, James has been asked to clutch, and this time it's all denied by kenzie, waiting patiently backing Con. forZe, they do not forget. 13 up on the board, and now back in the lead. That's very, very comforting for me, because one of the things I always remember with forZe, and I think this comes from them being like a very tactically sound team. They know when like they've lost a round that they shouldn't lose, or like they made some huge mistake. I thought maybe misplaying that 5v2 and having it, you know, go in favor of VP could have got in their heads a bit. But now, man, they're immediately back on the board. They're immediately bringing the heat again. And now VP, their money's hanging in the balance. This could be the thing that determines this game.
Yeah, and Sanji, he has a rifle, one of his first, and he has a massive round there. Like, great trade work onto Almeza and to Jerry, rather, but still not enough, is it? Sad. Yakinda also gets flash peeked in middle in that round. We haven't seen forZe fight for mid, right? Keep that in mind. Other than, you know, having orbs around, they don't really play for middle. Nice play from Kicker, calling for the flash as the reload comes in. Almeza tries to spray the wall, and as he has to reload, Kicker rushes him down. So catching him with no gun prepared, bomb planted here for VP. Definitely a retakeable round, not one the forZe are going to turn their nose up at. Got some ground to clear. They've got the kit, they've got the guns. They've got the faith. That's the shopping list ticked off. But is Tesco open?
Oh, that's a nice little saucy nade out of Zorti. Is it going to spur on forZe? Because time is ticking away. Time is of the essence, but they're getting all the kills. Oh, okay. They win it like that, just in the blink of an eye. All the kills have come through, and the defuse is found. forZe, they leave it down to the wire. And they emerge with their head held high. 14 up on the board now, just 2 away from closing out their map pick up against VP. For a lot of people, I don't think many people were looking at this as a series that forZe were even going to get a map in. I think most people were thinking this was a 2-0 on the plate of VP. And right now it's looking like anything but.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a nice rug as well.
That is a nice rug.
Hugo, you bought a new rug / blanket.
It's a blanket, but I'm going to hang up on the wall like a rug.
Like a rug on the wall.
Yeah,
Classic.
So
the wall rug.
That's how that works. Right?
Wall rugging.
Yeah. That's my favourite Arctic animal. The one with the big teeth. They look like seals.
Yeah.
Wall rug, right?
Wall rug. Oh, look at this.
Sanji, rifled. Capable hands. Dealing out a death to Jerry on that A site. That's the bomb scene, so forZe know what the plan is, but they're in no hurry. Yakinda catching a lurk in middle. But he is traded. We've seen some hot shots from kenzie and Zorti in this map. kenzie will keep it up. Zorti follows with a further kill. And the cross denied. What happened there? Was Sanji trying to plant open? Was he trying to cross default? I don't even know. Standing in the open with bomb in hands, and the molly is peeked into by Zorti. Buster can plant. You might fake it just to check the spawn. Doesn't know where this second player is. Almeza is invisible right now. Sat in the connector. Busted no nades to get him anywhere. He's not going to jump across. He needs to take fights. And nothing being given until they both are. Oh, Almeza's crept all the way up. Buster has no idea. He's got the flick though, and there's the trade from the AWP. And you got to give it to forZe. I never thought when I saw these changes, like, yeah, man, Z-Power was definitely the problem. Like, that will... You know, getting rid of him, that will solve it all. But damn, Zorti's looking hot to trot. kenzie has hit some headshots in this map. And forZe are not giving VP the room that they so much desire. 15 to 11, 4 chances to close. Their map pick looking good.
I've said it once, man. I'll say it again. I always trust Jerry, right? If Jerry says, like, look, this is what we need to do, he's probably right. Zorti has been a treat, though. Put me in the Zorti fan club. I'm right there. kenzie as well, man. Give me both of them. B-Rush. All right, VP. Uncharacteristic fast round from them. And Kicker opening it up. But in the blink of an eye again, the trades are back in. And this now could get snatched away from VP up against 15. They deal with kenzie in the site. Is that going to be enough? 3-on-3.
Oh... VP trapped right now. They're boxed in on the bomb site. forZe just waiting for the plant, and no they won't. The nade comes in, it dunks kick it, there's the trade, and Jerry closes the map. My goodness, what a game out of forZe, man, picking up their choice of Mirage. Oh my goodness, I didn't have that in my wheelhouse today, Harry. So first map going the way of forZe, we have Overpass coming up next, it's going to be VP's pick. I don't know where this series is going.
Yeah, no, this is wild. This has got that much more exciting because forZe have like really hit the ground running here. I'm kind of blown away. This wasn't the outcome I expected at all. VP, it's a little bit sad that like Yekindar has a very, very flat game, right? Like by no means is that the Yekindar we've come to expect out of this VP squad. So I feel like that maybe makes a bit of a difference there in terms of like the longevity of them in this series. But now with forZe a map up, it gets very exciting. I still think Overpass should be a lock-in. I imagine you're kind of leaning the same way there, right?
Yeah, like from what we're seeing from forZe, maybe they have some more tricks up their sleeve. They look very well prepared for that game. They knew what VP were doing. So I don't know. Maybe we should see what our analyst of Dinko thinks. Maybe we should throw it back to the desk and see what's going on there.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you, Harry and Hugo. So, Dinko, that was a great game. Not very much great from Yekindar, but a great game from Fleet. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tale of two players, right? You know, it's the bad and the good, right? You have Flit up there popping off, having a big performance, of course. But again, everybody's going to be talking about Yekindar's performance here. We headed into this matchup. We talked about Yekindar being a player that we expected to do good things in this tournament. We talked about the 1-2 punch between him and James. Well, it just didn't exist. Yekindar took the most opening duels on the map. He attempted the most out of everybody on the server. It was 10 in total, and he only won 2 of them. He lost 8 opening duels across that entire map, and that's not something we're used to seeing, right? You mentioned it coming into this. If those entries aren't working for VP, what do they do? And I mean, it came down to the individuals. It came down to those rounds where James would win a ridiculous clutch, right? The 1v2, the 2v5 in total when he's playing with Kickard. So yeah, it felt like VP's game plan wasn't working for them. forZe shut it down, and a big part of that, of course, had to be Flit. But I think, like Harry and Hugo were saying during the cast, Kenzie and Zorte were showing up, and I think it's a good first map here for the new team playing against VP. So I don't know where we're going to see VP going to the next one. I hope Yekindar shows up. It's a much more comfortable map heading into the second, but yeah, very quiet performance for him. And I do want to add quickly, currently both teams are playing on boot camp. I was speaking to Yekindar this morning, and I said to him, you know, are you over at that boot camp? He said, everybody from VP is playing at boot camp, but he's not. He's still at home. So that may play into it a little bit. He's not with the team. The rest of the squad are together, so something maybe you can look into.
Yeah, so maybe just one game, one map from Yekindar was not that good, but another, their peak, VP's peak, is on the way. So guys, 5 minutes of break and we are coming back.
Skin Club, make the right choice.
He's still got a chance for more. Oh, he's got all three. Gonna fall down together. What? Jumping double.
Forged in blood, etched in bone, the safe zone, but rich with bodies turned up, fish up.
He's done hit one. He's still got a chance for more. Oh, he's got all three.
Let's just analyze that back on the top, thunder for a soundtrack.
Skin Club, make the right choice.
So welcome back, my dear friends. Me and Dinko are over here. We can speak a little about the map that came through and the map that is going to come. So what do you think, Dinko, is gonna be on Overpass? Who will be the winner? Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm feeling like coming into this one, obviously VP had a pretty weak first map, but I think Overpass is just such a weak map for forZe that, VP should be coming back swinging into this one. This should be a map where VP are very comfortable, and we do see them play against the best teams in the world, right? They beat Astralis, EG, they've beaten Vitality recently, just all these top teams, right? Whereas over for forZe, it's been a weak map for them all the way through the tier 2 scene for years. So yeah, I don't really feel good about forZe's chances coming into this one. They lose to a lot of these online tier 2, 3 teams. It's just not a very comfortable one for them. So I think obviously they're going to be looking to try and put in as best a performance as they can, but I think their eyes are set on a third map. I think this one is certainly written in the stars for VP. For forZe, though, good signs from Zorte on the AWP. I think, if he can show up on that AWP, he could get involved here on Overpass. I think for Team Unique, I watched some decent games from him back in the day, a year ago or so ago, so I know he can play the map pretty proficiently, but as a unit, the team have never really gelled well. I don't know if it's something with Jerry's calling on this map, maybe he's just not very comfortable on Overpass, but should be VP taking this one. And what I'm most interested in is to see if Yukindar can step up that elevation of performance, whether he can perform better and get more comfortable here on Overpass heading into the third map.
Well, I'm sure he can. One map, just a lot differences from another. So the Overpass, as you said, is a comfortable map for VP and especially for Yukindar. His aggressive style is very cool on CT side, on T side, both. So that game is gonna be great from him, I hope, at least. What about the Fontang control from VP on CT? What do you think they're gonna be doing on this side? Because forZe, as you said, is a very aggressive, momentum-based team. So what do you think VP gonna do on this side of the map?
I think forZe will be able to deal with some of the aggression. We got to see that over on Mirage, actually. They had good nade usage. They had the triple nade into Con and Mirage, so I think we're going to be seeing them fight back some of that aggression, force them back with some utility usage. Also, a lot of the individuals are showing up today here for forZe. I think there wasn't really a weak link on the team. So, when you've got all those individuals showing up, you can afford to take some of those opening fights quite confidently. Maybe you can see Zorte go out with that AWP in mid and try and fight for that control of Fountain. They'll be held back, obviously, by the mollies, but we'll see if they can fight their way out of it. I think they've been very good at sort of pushing that aggression back from VP and neutralizing quite a few of the players. Of course, they've got to deal with that Jim threat, and Jim has been very solid today. He hasn't really missed a beat. He's winning a couple of clutches as well. So they've got Jim showing up. If he can stay there for VP, that's another issue for forZe to try and figure out. So they've got the puzzle. They've got to try and find out how they're going to deal with some of this aggression and how they're going to shut down Jim on that AWP here in Overpass.
Yeah, great. Well, all the CIS teams, almost all the CIS teams, except of Neti, I think, are pretty aggressive for both CT and TSA especially. So, but VP are doing it the other way. They're, as we said before, they are very slow, methodical, playing on T side on most of the maps, most of the rounds, based on their entry frags and etc. So, if Yukinder, Jame are gonna make their job, do their job, so then maybe VP can make it faster, play stronger, and win with a more proficient way.
Yeah, I think that is always difficult to do against forZe. Like, a lot of people will underestimate the individual ability on this forZe team. You know, you don't really see them play at the top, so a lot of people come into this considering them as a worse team. But the thing is, in Tier 2 Counter-Strike right now, everybody is goddamn good at aiming, right? They're really solid aimers. But so it's very difficult to sort of try and stamp your authority over them individually. I think what VP do have right now is, of course, they just have a deeper strat book right now, especially on Overpass. They'll be able to figure out with their setups. They've got a lot more they can go to here. I think forZe look pretty well prepared on Mirage. They exploited that B site with a lot of explosive plays. So yeah, I think the cohesion should be better here on Overpass or VP, so that is going to be a bit of an advantage for them, and I don't think they need to lean so heavily on individuals heading into Overpass. I think they've got such a huge advantage in their game plan, so I feel like they won't have to sort of rely on that individual ability, because if they do, that's when you do give forZe a little bit of a chance into the map. So I think they're just going to use every advantage they've got, and they've got a lot of advantages heading in here to Overpass. And forZe, you know, we've always seen them kind of look weak and quite linear when they have that initial game plan to go into the B site, maybe try and bombard that B site. If that stops working for them, where do they go? What have they got up their sleeve? And I don't think they've got too much up there coming into Overpass. So it's all about just trying to keep your individuals warmed up, keep them with a good mindset. I think the third map is where we see if forZe can get a series win here, but Overpass is definitely looking good for VP.
So let's see how's looking good or not with Harry and Hugo online.
Ah, yes, indeed. We're jumping right in.
Wow, we're right into this.
Toll's timed this like a genius, man.
Toll is a genius,
Yeah,
man. I'm
I
really
think so.
digging it. I really like those two, man. Dinko and Toll. All right. Now you've got my attention.
Yeah.
I said attention without the A.
Yeah. Now you've
Just-
got my attention. We're very tense here in this second map, as it doesn't really make sense. Nothing's adding up. Yukinder going stone cold. He's been left out on the counter too long, Harry. And now it's going to be forZe up a map.
Have you ever been stoned cold, Hugo?
Freezing, in fact.
Oh, Kenzie blinded by the flashbang of Jame. And now a little playing towards his B-bomb, so it's not very little though. There's all 5 here for VP. Exploding. Now that smoke that's down there is meant to be up in heaven, if I had to hazard a guess.
Oh, it looks pretty purposeful, honestly. Like, it's getting them all the way in, right? It's cutting off CT as well as you can. If you throw it in the
Oh,
choke...
Hugo, I mean the one that's
the one on the
floor.
ground. Ah, yeah, I see what you mean now.
Yeah, that was meant to go heaven.
Yeah, you
Oh,
got me there.
but hang on a sec. The retake's coming in. Oh, it's coming in a big way. Buster. Ooh, nice. Any more? Come on, Buster. Big Buster. Tapping with the P2, but the taps won't connect. And forZe pick it up. They
How
might
did
have.
they do it?
That was a 5-on-4, like moving in towards B. They lose complete control of the site. They've got to play retake, and they get every single kill.
Yeah, I've got to say, Harry, you know, you're bang on the money with the smoke. I apologize. I'll be sending you my resignation later. But no, the reason we see that other smoke from VP, where it's like landing sort of in the open, like at the back of the bridge, is you can't smoke off that CT choke point without 2 smokes rather. Cloud9, and I mean the old Cloud9. I mean the floppy OC Motum Cloud9,
Right.
with its South Africans as well.
See the Africans.
South Africans. When they were playing back in NA, they used to have this really cool B execute where on the way to B, they would just run it, take the spawns, they would throw running, jumping smokes that they don't have to stop for, that perfectly smoke off, like left and right, graffiti, ABC. So I haven't seen them from anyone since that old 2 rosters ago, Cloud9. So yeah, nice change for VP. They throw a different one at the back of bridge. It works, gets them in, but it's not getting in that's a problem. It's closing out the round. And so now we have a bit of a buy for VP, a scout and pistol.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I watched one of Jakey's videos covering Extra Souls, B overpass execute, and how it's like a variation on that, right? And that would kind of make some sense given that you still have the South Africans from that old squad that you're talking about, right, in that team. Excited to see them at this tournament. I really, really am. I think Fang is a great pickup as well. He was like one of the more exciting players we saw come to life last year in NA. So, yeah, very, very cool.
And obviously Marky.
I'm a big Marky fan.
I mean, who isn't, right?
Still waiting for Marky to Navi one day.
We'll get to it later because there's definitely some moves in the horizon. Right now, the moves are in the forefront of your mind. They're on the A site. Bomb's been dropped, Flit. Line them up and he gets 2. No need to switch off the silencer. Just go back for more. Just kill them all, Flit. And I mean, he gets 30 kills last map. He's on the road to do it again.
Yeah, it feels like he's really hit the little sweet spot right now, the Flitoris, if you will. forZe up onto a second round. And
wow, okay. Well done. That's a new one, Harry.
And now we have the reinvestment coming back in VP. Also got the Midnight odds. You can see they've shrunk on down. Midnight are having to play catch up here because they're like, hang on a minute. This was meant to be nice and easy for Virtus.pro. Oh no.
No, not like this. It's daylight robbery. VP getting their bank empty, but that's a start. Kinder with the AK. Oh, he's feeling feisty. He was not happy with how that first map went, and now he wants his sweet revenge. 2 kills will do. There might be a third to be found with Flit in the toilet. Be sure still under the control heavily of forZe. VP in no hurry here. Oh, Flit getting caught. And now they can start to move back up connector, take this A site. There's very little stopping power for forZe. They're still gambling towards water, but the bomb is coming back. And so this might be the right read. After all, they get the kill. Ikinda gets finished off. He's going to run, and Sanji will hear Jerry escaping, calls it to his team. Jerry's trapped. Either way he goes, he's a dead man. Although Kenzie provides cover. No, not like this. You can't 2v5 this round of all rounds, so they will not. VP pick it up after all. That got a bit scary though. Good comms from VP luckily, even though some surprising positions are pulled out of the woodwork from forZe. VP are going to find their first.
Yeah, we don't have to wait too long to get VP up on the board, and that's always good, right? They're a map down in this series. Overpass is a real classic for the VP guys, and so you're hoping that here on their map pick, this is where they recover, this is where they lock in a third. Breaking any kind of silence early on is important. You know, you win that first rifle round, now you're in a nice competitive spot from the get-go, because if you win this round here and now, well, it's an eco for forZe, and so suddenly VP are looking to take the lead.
Popped out B. Plenty of players here on this T side. The molly is good. It catches Kenzie off. Jerry with a spray, dropping the bomb. And now he's got an upgrade as well. The spam will not connect. And Jerry has cover to hide and wait in this B bomb site. It's now been thrown into disarray. Good flash. But Buster won't be able to capitalize. And it's going to come down to Flit killing him. 2 on 3. Not a pretty position for VP. Still with the bomb under the control of Jerry. Ikinda's low too. And they're scared of, other positions like connector, like the flank, but it's all inside of B where forZe sit right now. Waiting for this commitment. Scout over the AWP. And that's another kill for Flit. Man, this guy does not care. He wants to kill VP where they stand. And while Jerry will get traded, with Flit still alive, I'm not worried for forZe yet.
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned, right, this is where VP were hoping to break the money and take the lead. And now, well, it's all hinging on a 5 HP Ikinda. Bombs dropped at Monster as well, and so he's not able to retrieve it. Is this just a sad little save? It looks like it.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. Sometimes the cookie crumbles. Are they going to kill him after time? That would not be helpful. Ugh. Yeah, grab the gun, get out. 3-1 though, man. Like, that's a seemingly great round for VP to start. They get the kill into B. They flash everyone off. Jerry then multi-kills, mows down the bomb. And at that point, the entire round is just thrown into disarray. It's a retrieval mission the VP can't pick up. And so now another buy round, another opportunity.
Overpass, land of opportunity. Some call it. Not many.
Not on the T side. Can be pretty difficult. A lot of important map control to take. A lot of flanks to worry about, timings. You can't hold everything. Not if you want to play like this, grouped and trading. RVP, I love the move though. Contact through middle. They've just walked the entire way past. They know the connector is, a position to worry about, but it's certainly one where Almeza is going to be able to get one frag. And they just go right past it. They go, fine, you have con? We didn't care. We're going A. We're walking right into the bomb site. Luckily, Flit's here in time.
Oh, yeah.
Almost.
This time only good for one, though. Flit. Flashed out by old mate Jerry as well. Bomb plant. Not stuck. They actually just tapped it, waiting to see if any peaks come through. Now, this gives a little more time to get into position. And Nade's even doing a little sprinkling of damage to Jame. And a boost employed. Almeza, oh yeah, spammed out of that. And the danger with that boost is normally the player beneath you dies as well. Kenzie doesn't. He lives to tell the tale. And in the blink of an eye, once again, it's all on to Kicker. This was another round where VP were looking so healthy. And now suddenly, it's all hinging on just one man. And he can't do it. forZe take another round. They're up onto 4, and they're not to be messed with right now. If this is the forZe that we can get for the entirety of FunSpark, then man, what an event we're about to have on our hands.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
There's another contender for the title, perhaps. Like, Flitz looked amazing. Jerry, the calls are great right now. The communication's there. Even in that 3-on-1, he doubles up, gets those massive retake kills, and no one rushes to get on the bomb. No one panics. forZe are so relaxed. They're so low and slow. They just hold for the repeak. And they get exactly what they want. 4th round. VP back to broke and back to B with a furious pace as well. Ken's got a lot to do, and the bomb dropped again. It's deja vu. It's not Jerry this time, but he is here to clean it up, and so he shall.
Yeah, this is wild. Okay, the bomb's been retrieved. That's something. That's something, I guess, if you VP. Like, you have a chance to regroup and reapproach this 2v4, but you're not looking at this as like a great spot to be in. You're really not happy with how this has started at all. You need to have both these individuals deliver something big here. And armed with only a Tech 9 and a PT50, certainly not the weaponry for the job.
Yeah, resetting here is just like giving yourself the respect that, yeah, we can make this round interesting. We can win it. We can actually do something. But the realist in you is telling you that it's not very easy. Trying to fake A is Buster while Jane plants B. But if you notice, Jerry hasn't moved a muscle. And so even though Flip begins a rotation that he doubts, for good reason, one Molotov into A hasn't sold all too much. So Buster back to B to at least try and trade his teammate. But like, this is the kill. Jerry drops a bomb, round's over. There it is. So Buster needs to die, and that's forZe up to 5, right? Only broken pistols for VP. They didn't have a lot. So no surprise that they lose that round, but man, they lose it in seconds, really, with those first couple of kills coming out monster for Kenzie. Bomb dropped. It's just, again, VP playing catch-up. 5-1. And surely VP shows something. Surely they have a bit of a recovery at some point.
Or is this like, Hugo, right? We kind of spoke about this a little bit in that first map. Is this kind of like VP now hitting their Na'Vi zone? That's kind of what I would call it, right? Where you're meant to be the favorite, but you're playing these domestic matchups and it all gets out of hand. Oh, look, we got the little 5-man boost.
Nice.
And Jame gets rewarded for it. Now, You know, there is like one upside to that if you're forwards. You got to look for silver linings at a time like this, and that's that when that 5-man boost is employed, you know that map control is non-existent for Virtus.pro, right? So that's why we see these two players that are over towards the A bomb site taking map control, trying to take connector, and also pushing the extremities long. Losing Almeza down in con is a little bit rough. Right, suddenly this long player has to fall back because they can go up con and into the A site and there's no one there to watch it. So you actually lose that deep positioning that you once had. Now this is a really rough spot for forZe.
Yeah, there's... Ooh, that's a nice boost. Jerry goes up and over with the AWP. There's a double AWP here. One rifle in B. Kenzie's going to look to put it to good use, and now Jerry backing up as well. That molly forces them back, and Yukinda hits a crucial headshot to keep this round intact. Jerry flashing again, but they're getting closer in the bomb site. The bomb's going A, by the way. This is all a fake. Kick-It's on the top site right now. They hear it. Oh, goodness. This could get out of control. If Zorti can kill Kick-It, he can get on the bomb. ASAP, missed shot. The double AWP retake, a wild round, and now the rotator coming through. Zorti hits the kill, but they have no smoke for the bomb, and Yukinda is flanking. James is trying to keep them off the defuse right now, and he doesn't need to peek too aggressively. Not yet. Wait for Yukinda to make a move. He's heard no bomb tap. So in no hurry, there's the kill from the short side, and Yukinda closes. What a round from VP. forZe knew exactly what was going on. They were running up A, even though there were two T players in that B bomb site. But even though they kill Kicker, James there in time, and Yukinda the flank that they could never consider.
Oh yeah, also, little shout out once again to the wonderful folks over at Skin Club. Now, they're all giving you guys a wonderful chance here, right? There's a 10% deposit bonus if you use the code UCCSCLB. And so there we go, man. That's just like 10% for free. That's
10% for free.
10%, yeah.
What are you trying to do? These
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, 10 whole percentages.
Yeah. That's 1/10.
Wow.
Clues in
Converting
the game.
percentages to fractions. We can do it all.
Holding for the boost from this position, that's one thing, but it's not a boost, it's a B player to contact one. Flash won't do that much from this far, but he'll fall off the boost. Are they even just going to save here? They're going to give it right up, it looks like it. VP make the move into B. They win the round single-handedly, and there's nothing forZe want to say or do about it. That buy was pretty whack as is, and it will remain the same. No reason to hunt here, not too much if you're VP. You don't really have your own economy established, and so let forZe get away with their guns. There's not a lot to get away with, the AWP and the 2 rifles.
Imagine if, like, Hugo, right? Imagine if Valve came out tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, like CSGO Dev came out tomorrow, and they make a new ruling that everyone competing in esports and Counter-Strike has to be in character as their player in the server.
I don't even know what that
That would be
means.
cool as hell, wouldn't it? You have to, like, you know, you write like a backstory for your guy.
Oh no, not
You have like a walkie-talkie sound effect on. One long. Would be cool,
I
wouldn't
hate
it?
lore. I hate lore.
You want to role play with me,
No,
Hugo?
just play the video game, man. That's what we're all here for. Don't need to find out where.
I'm just trying to spy.
Hello.
Ooh, triple boost.
Yumpy boys.
Okay. Oh, boost means boost. And forZe, they dismantle it. James is scratching his head. He's thinking, what has just happened?
That is beautiful. The cool part about that boost, we've seen that from Junior back when he was on Triumph. Whoa, we're going back
Into the Twilight Zone, man. James has been killed so hard. It's this scary door.
We saw this from Junior back. I think he was on Triumph at the point where we saw this. Or at least I first saw it in a pro game. That's not only just for the 5-man boost. If someone's running B and
they throw the jump,
throw the molly,
the Molotov, yes.
If they're trying to molly short to stop aggro and they jump and they throw it, you can kill them during the jump. So that's like a multi-purpose boost. That's mental for forZe to throw into that round. And the fact that VP go for the 5-man tower as well, it's just insult to injury.
Have the colours changed a bit?
Oh, they've been going all over the place.
I feel like I'm like tripping out right now. This is unreal. Okay. Oh, Jerry getting aggro. Yeah, man, there's only so much aggro you can get away with, and apparently that amount is the perfect amount. The bomb has been dropped at Monster. There is 35 seconds left. Suddenly, VP are on a recovery mission. They're running in, they're trying to get the bomb back. And Kenzie here with this AWP. Zorti donning one as well, coming in to help out.
Oh,
this could get stolen away. Oh, the Deagle landing a dink as well. Not the kills, they need the kills. And the AWP will ring out with another. Zorti now here, and plugging this hole, laying it all to rest. It's forZe snatching it away by dropping the bomb outside of Monster. That is not a very VP-esque mistake to make. Man, that is rough. You could see like the alarm bells started ringing. Suddenly Virtus.pro are like, oh my god, we've got A. But that bomb, it's all the way back in our spawn.
And that bomb player's just holding, right? Like they're the late round insurance. Everyone else, oh, not the boost again, guys. Have some goddamn humanity. No. You animals!
It's so good. And that there, Hugo, that's the case study of what you were just talking about. It's to catch the mollying player or the boost. Beautiful.
Trouble.
Oh, these AWPs. Get out. Go away. 3-on-5 Virtus.pro, the walking wounded.
forZe deserve full credit here. Like they're showing us a great game right now. And they've got a lovely little 5-on-3, luscious. Oh, the AWP. He's going for a third. He's going to get it. Boom. Shakalaka. It's a 5-on-2. What can you even do here if you're VP?
The only CIS team to have beaten Virtus.pro on this map is Gambit. And Gambit occupy one of 2 teams that have been able to beat VP on this map. Is Gambit and Nip. In the 3 defeats that VP have on record, every single time it was one of these 2. Well, forZe are looking to add their name to that tally right now. And hell, with the kind of game we're getting, maybe they get us there. I know what VP would often do in a situation like this, Hugo. 2-on-5, no hope.
What would that
Jame and Sanji still alive, so you know that that's a recipe for a bit of Jame time. Sanji's like squash, you know, it's 1 part Sanji, 4 parts Jane. And the save's in.
That's great. That's great. My favorite part is you called it squash, not juice.
Yeah, it's squash.
Yeah, I mean, you just call it juice a lot.
Yeah, juice squash, same thing.
Very completely different thing. But I'm proud of you, Harry. You come a long way.
Dilutable.
Is that what you are?
I am. You put me in enough water, I'll dissolve.
You'll dissolve. That's not water, Harry. That's ethanol. And boy,
Tastes great.
Does it feel good on the inside? 7-3. And a quick pause.
Yeah, a little powwow to try and sort things out, right? Mold this one over a little bit, try and figure out what's going wrong. Thus far, the amount of ideas that forZe have had is the impressive part. That's one thing that's always been the case with forZe, right? Jerry is one of the biggest nerds going in Counter-Strike. Like this guy, I have full faith that when boot camp's over, not over, you know, like when the day's over and everyone else around him is like, you know, they're like chilling out. They're going to go get some food, going to go cook dinner. Jerry will be sat there, lit up, the only thing light in the room, the little flicker from his monitor, as he's just like nerding out, coming up with all these little counters to things that are very, very meta. That's what it feels like forZe's whole game plan is they'll like come up with solutions to break what is standard on a map, right? So often you see that short Molotov throwing or the 5-man boost employed. Oh, well, okay, we'll just use the boost that counters it. Oh, okay, well, they like to peek connector with AWPs back on Mirage. Well, let's start a kind of, you know, let's set the precedent of quad-nading PON every single round. Like they've always got ideas to try and make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, VP certainly look uncomfortable in this series, right? No doubt about it. They weren't in control back on the first map. They were just, you know, scraping the seconds off of the plate, taking the scraps. No more jump mollies outside of B. Although I say that Kicker throws one, really risking it all. That looked like an entry for Yakinda, frankly, but Zorti is very fast, as we've already learned in this series. Man, filling the boots of Xe Power, of Z Power, that's not an easy guy to replace, but Zorti has looked really good. And they're going to use Connector to escape through B Water and go back up towards the A side. Nice rooting for forZe, not escaping into the unknown area of middle, going back up the stairs and getting caught in transition. They use the real estate they own thanks to Jerry in this spot here. So, yeah, good spot to be in for forZe. 5-on-4, Yakinda dead. Yakinda's having a far better game than the first map. That much clear. But the rest of VP, well, still struggling. 3 rounds. Like I'm just never going to count VP out of a comeback or of a map win. We know they got that in them, but this is not the beginning they would have wanted. I love their CT side setups and like Toilet with Yakinda and James, like 1-2 punching on that A site. They're really fun to see, but you need that buffer, right? You need a 5-round T side to even make that realistic. So this will probably not be that 4th round for VP. But can they surprise us in what is a 2-on-5 right now? We've seen this one before. Buster throwing nades into A, but the bomb is so far out.
Yeah, I don't even know like what would be required. There's not really any hope. James saving, and he was actually never even going for it to begin with. He had the bomb. For just 10 seconds, he was still in party. So Buster was just kind of going in to try and do damage. This is brutal, Hugo. I wasn't ready for this.
No.
Like, even whenever you look at forZe right there, this isn't like one of their go-to maps that you would say, oh yeah, this is a strong point for this team. It used to be, back when forZe were on like the cusp of breaking into Tier 1, it used to be a good map for them. Then we saw that big fall from grace out of forZe. They kind of went off the radar. The boost is in again, by the way.
If they get it,
I was going to say, if anyone's still throwing that Molotov, they kind of deserve it at this point in time.
They've been using a different lineup. That's the one that kicked the other round, so it's probably a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it twice in a game, back-to-back rounds work. Olaf Meister lives on in this bomb site. A lot of map control for forZe in a round that VP don't have that information, right? We've got Almeza pushed up on long. He can hit this lovely little timing behind Buster in mid. He's not in a hurry though, right? Like when you have a position like this, pushing in a 5-on-5 isn't always the best idea because VP could just be holding anything at this point. They could be standing still, aiming at the corner. You don't know. And so in a 5-on-5, chill. Let someone else make the move. Finally, Almeza goes. I think he hears someone running away, and now they set up outside of B. Zorti's rotating down. VP are ready to execute, and this is going to be a hard hit into the B bomb site with only 1 gun.
forZe have just got a lot of information from pushing mid, though. They're starting to rotate bodies into this B bomb site, and so you're walking into a bit of a stack. Jerry can't stay alive, melted by the pistols, and Kicker deeks out another. They do lose James on short side. So right now, it's only the pistols actually left in play, and the Molotov almost burns out the bomb planter of Yakinda. Just to tell the tale for now, but is that enough? Almeza with the triple! And they're all dead to the short wrap. 4 in the round for Almeza, and 9 on the board for forZe. It's another retake that looks like it's going to come up in favor of EP to begin with, and then it's all snatched away by just great individuals shining through for the forZe side.
Yeah, they're just so hungry for this win, right? Like getting the domestic victory, taking down a ripe VP who are in really good form. forZe with a fairly new roster, and looking to show and looking to prove a lot here, coming in, one of the 40th best teams in the world, as opposed to top 5 for VP. So quite a lot to prove, and right now they're proving it all. 9-3, beautiful round out of Almeza. We've had Flip performing across this entire series, and obviously the new boys on the block as well. So there's nothing not to love here for forZe. VP back to a buy though. That was, keep in mind, pistols with an AWP from James. So now they've got the guns. James on the AWP. Util lacking in this round. They've used a lot of it early. Kicker's taken that water control though, so that's worthwhile. forZe have had water in so many of the rounds. With Jerry on the railing and players in connector escaping. from the lower area. So Kiket's being very reserved here, keeping an eye on the boosts. Something, again, there's been a problem. And meanwhile, his team are just snaking, doing the conga line. What would you call this, Harry, in middle with 4 players just walking?
That's the
millipede.
No, it's the slippery snake, obviously, right? Because they're slippy, they're slimy, they're sliding their way up through the toilets, and it's a bit of a trouser snake in towards this A-bomb site. But Flit is the man trying to erect the defense right now, all alone, hidden in this smoke, waiting patiently. Jerry goes through. Flit is still here, and they still don't know about this guy. There he is with a double. Ooh, a third as well. Jay might get the trade, but he's promptly dealt with. The defuse is in. Flit's having it at the time of his life right now, feeling like he just can't set a foot wrong. It's like every play he commits to is the perfect play in that moment.
Get me in the Flit fan club right now. What a beautiful spray, man. With the A1S, you don't have a lot of bullets to get that done, but he takes down 3 players with pinpoint precision. Never lets go of the shoot.
Of the shoot?
Yeah, of the shoot, man. He shoots it all
Big
the way.
shooter.
Yeah, and Mouse wants his way to victory. I don't know what we're watching, but it's beautiful. Back to the 5-man boost, perhaps. And James falls off the top. He might have had something there, but we'll never know.
Maybe just a B play, maybe just a basic kind of decision to be made here. Monster smoke throwing down from one of these A players. Rotation likely going to get called here as the push is in. You still need to hold the line, and Jerry will double up. He's done his part in this round. B is lost, right? But a 3-on-3, thanks to that little multi-kill from Jerry, still leaves the retake open. One plant not in yet. Finally planted now for Virtus.pro, and Buster trying to get deep, trying to take players out of the round before they can get properly set up for the retake. And
nice.
that there is a big one. Onto Flit. Now they know about this man beneath the heavens. They've got to try and flush him out somehow, and we'll get it eventually. Zorti on for the Deagle. Not even using this AWP. He's deeging to the finish line, and he will get cut out by James. So a B play works for Virtus.pro.
Finally, right? And despite that double kill from Jerry as well, so impressive stuff for VP. We said 5 was the number they needed, right? They need 5.5 if they want to have any chance of making this game realistic. But right now, on their map pick, 5 is a possibility. So you can't, go down without a fight here if you're VP. You've still got to hope yet, but very reliant on this last round as well. And then goes without saying, pistol and all the conversions is a necessity. Last round of the half, forZe looking great. And not much to rely on if you're VP, right? Like, that's one of the only B rounds you've actually converted, so you're not going to be given any freebies. You've got to throw something new at them. And I like the slippery snake again, up long this time. 3 players moving. Flashed into the toilet even. But that will be heard, so forZe on the other side of toilets know what to expect.
Look at this double toilet setup. Zorti to try and draw the attention in. And then he's got support from Almeza just to go ahead and send it that much further in the advantage. That's what they're hoping for anyway. Almeza very committed to hounding down Buster. Hey man, it works. Attempt to get out Monster again, but once more Jerry is not giving them the space nor the respect. For Sanji and James in the 2-on-5, any other round this would be a save, but at round 15 they're going to try and give it a go. I think James just got spotted there at short side, so now they know about him here as well. They've seen him. 20 seconds, sure. They're going to try and go up connector by the looks of things. Now this has been spotted. They know about James. I don't think he's even got time. Like, he's running in. He needs to win this fight in A right away and then get the bomb down. There's no fight in A. There's no fight. Oh my god. He's got a free bomb site. They've given James a bit of room. No one expected this mad scientist to do this with this much time left. James dead right away, and so ultimately it doesn't matter. The bomb plant, no attempt at the 1v5, and forZe lock in 11. This is VP's map pick. This is forZe 1-0 up in the series right now, and forZe are looking to take VP down 2-0. Can they do it? Find out in just a moment.
Welcome back, 11-4 at the halftime. forZe in control. It didn't feel like what we were expecting in this series, but we're getting a great game out of some key players. Set towards B for forZe in this pistol. If they win it here and now, the opener of the half, they get the momentum. This could be all said and done before it even starts for VP.
All said and done, all bread and crumb. As now they follow this breadcrumb trail in towards B. Triple setup, sorry, quad setup here, so pretty rough area to find yourself in if you're forZe. And the USPs have done good early. The bomb is lost out in the open. Someone's got to make a brave dash into the wild to retrieve that. They're hoping that Almeza can relieve some of this pressure from the short side, but he's not getting given any fights. He's not getting given an angle. There's a fight, and it's immediately lost. For our mate Jerry, for Big J. He's all alone in a 1v5.
We call this the J moment. Top 10 J moments you don't want to see. The old monster to A long.
The old Watch Mojo top 10 J moments
Yeah.
that never should have happened.
All the
Number
way
6
around the world.
will surprise you.
Well, I'm shocked. Is he going to end B? He's going to go right back down to the stack. Oh, it may have worked. He's pulled a second player over, but like being real, he's probably just going to get killed, isn't it?
You're dropping a big in it. Very British of you, Hugo. When you say in it, because you're very posh sounding, shall we say?
Excuse me?
Excuse me? Hugo, give me your best in it.
No.
Oh. Well. Alright. 5 to 11 in it. Here we go. VP. Virtus.pro. In the lead. No, wait.
Are you sure about that? You've read the script.
Very far behind.
The script's upside down.
That hasn't happened yet. There's still
Just
time for them to
wait.
turn it around, though.
I'm not counting VP
That's the thing.
out.
VP love a comeback.
Yeah,
We
they
know
do.
that, right? We know that better than anyone. So I'm not ready to be like, yeah, forZe, mate, easy. Never even doubted them for a minute. I did predict against them. I'm not going to pretend like I was anticipating this kind of showing out of them.
Yeah, it's going to change your predictions for the rest of the event, though. Like for me, honestly, if I would have put most teams over forZe in this tournament, but now, you know, now I think there's a lot more to see out of this young squad. So let's see it. In the second round, we've got a forZe. Clues in the name. But are VP in the game? Only time will tell. This round could do that, though. We got quite the A stack. VP love a read, man. They had the stack on pistol. They've got the same one here on this A site. They've left Buster outside of B. And, you know, these guys love retaking, so they have no problem just fully committing to this A hold. I mean, forZe are dead, and they don't know it yet. They're walking into 4 players.
Again, by the way,
Yeah.
everywhere they go, VP have 4. They trickle. The cleanest right away, and Flit's gonna dig out Jane. Angie, 8th pair of hands, and in with 1. It's actually Kicker picking up the majority of them. Sanji's just there to whittle them down alongside him. And so, yeah, you know, you get those 2 kills, but it was always going to be a big problem walking into this 4-man stack. You needed everything to be very, very clean. And with this double hold at truck between Kicker and Sanji, They're able to hold the line.
Yeah, and with VP being so good at retakes on seemingly every single map, like that really makes things hard when they start just committing to gamble stacks and playing everyone on a bomb site together, because they know that if they lose B against pistols, they're going to win the retake. So, you know, there's no easy option. Like sometimes you're like, oh yeah, we got a free B bomb plant, but you're in a 5-on-5 and you know that VP are going to be so calculated in how they approach that. So it's a lose-lose. Like, walk into the stack, or you get cracked when you're trying to hold the plant. Like an egg, Harry.
Like an egg. Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?
It is a trying time. I've already had my eggs today, though.
Oh, we did have eggs this morning. They were delicious, Hugo.
Yeah, I just cracked them into a big cup, and then I just give Harry the cup, and he drinks his protein juice.
I'd let you scramble my eggs any day, don't you worry.
Crikey.
Look at this, Sanji. Big Sow, my...
Not the eco.
Come on.
Not the eco.
This isn't what was meant to happen. Buster's jumped the gun. And now Kicker, it's like, well, I guess I better go hold B, because now they could go B. And everyone's starting to freak out a little bit. So let's try and put ourselves in the heads of VP in this moment. You're 2-on-4. You don't know where really anyone is for fours. You know, you've seen some players back at Con. You lost that control. And so you try to divide these CT players. As a result, you needed something big. And Sanji's just come in with 3. He's melted the pistols. Leaving it now in a 1v1. Flip versus Kicker. Bomb's going down. Kicker doesn't elect to spam it, trying to keep them guessing. And Flip backs up into him. Honestly, I think the fact that the smoke wasn't spammed makes a huge difference there. At first, I was questioning it, right? If you see that smoke down, it's not hard to imagine that this is an attempt at a toilets plant. Now, it's a kind of like a double good thing. That's a really weird way of saying it. Double good thing.
This was triple good.
Yeah, this was triple good. But
Beautiful stuff.
it's good that he didn't spam it for like 2 reasons. One, the spot that was getting planted in is actually a lot wider than the normal toilets plant. And secondly, it meant that Flit had no idea. And I think he was anticipating that if he's coming up short, he's going to spam that smoke. When that doesn't happen, Flit just backs up into him.
I'm just surprised that he jumps through it. Like he played it like he knew his opponent was CT. That's what it seemed like, right? You could have snuck off the bomb. You could have got long. You could have tried to take a fight. If you actually think he's out CT, if you think he's coming, you know, you don't need to jump away, because you could have a gunfight immediately. And I mean, he did, just not for the position he was expecting. Either way, who am I to question Flit? It's a nice try, just a misread. And 11-7. For a second, forZe almost won a near full eco with just Eagles. Instead, VP remain above water. We've talked about the potential to come back. Well, let's see it. And whether it comes into fruition here. Orp on Zorti. Moving up on the banana side. Amazing chicken for boosts, but none in play. Again, the A-stack. I mean, what are we walking into? Are forZe wondering... They just left B. VP have no info. They have nothing. And they have fully read the situation. forZe don't know it, but they're entering dangerous territory. And as I say, rotates start to go back down into the B bomb site. They reconsider. They're going up and down, mate. It's a roller coaster right now for VP, and it's going to be a roller coaster of emotions when forZe explode in the next few seconds.
Oh, you pinned up. Now gets the info that they're pushing up through long. Inside of the A site, smokes have cut off this player at truck, leaving Kicker in a bit of a rough spot. He's still good for 1, and the bomb is dropped. Amongst all this madness.
Yeah.
Oh dear. With 10 seconds, Kenzie has got to brave this Molotov out into the open, get the bomb, and then get it planted. And no one is getting the bomb. Someone needs to get it, and they don't. And so the round is lost. You can't win without that package. It's 8 on the board for VP, closing the gap. This was an 11-4 half. And thus far, everything has come up Virtus.pro.
That's such an assault of utility, right? When Jane gets that kill, they can't trade him. Jane gives it up. Following that kill, a molly comes from bank onto the bomb. You can argue you should have run for it, right? But what follows that Molotov is like 4 different flashbangs from CT just flying over, popping in your face. And forZe, who are already scrambling with 10 seconds left up, are just getting blinded, burned, spammed. They know every player of VP is there, and so no one can really go for the package. That's such a weird round. Felt like forZe had it in the bag, but slips away. And like I said, again, round after round, VP They just don't give you the respect. They don't give you the room. And they've made every single read in this CT side. So maybe their T side was lacking a lot of everything. Not much oomph. But man, CT side, they're in your heads. They're in your team speak. And so VP keeping it up right now.
Yeah, and you know, I've always had this long running theory about Jerry, and that's that like he's so smart when it comes to like knowing how Counter-Strike should be played, what his opponents like to do, you know, like the kind of rounds that you can excuse losing and the kind that, you know, inexcusable as well, right? And I think he's someone who's like so burdened by his ability to like read and know what was the right decision that when games start to slip away from forZe, I almost feel like it becomes hard for him to keep like as confident, as focused in. I think he's someone who maybe dwells a bit on what the right play was in rounds gone by. Yeah. I've seen a lot of games where forZe are in control and then they kind of stumble a little bit and they struggle to get back on the horse, as it were.
And you got to get back on the horse. How else are you going to ride to the finish line?
Have you ever ridden a horse, Hugo?
I have. I've ridden a few heaths in my time.
Heaths?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it like?
What? Be careful with your followers.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. That one's better if it never sees the light of day.
I agree.
Well, let's see. forZe looking a little hoarse, and VP feeling stable. In the A-bomb site now. They look to get it planted. Oh, the nades.
Again. This util is just brutal. All CT side, like VP, despite having this 4-man A setup in so many rounds, half the time they're just playing CT and just throwing all their util, mollies, HEs, flashes, you name it, they got it. VP forZe get the plant, but they won't get much further. Flick gets killed going back on long. Kenzie needs a clutch for the ages.
Here's the footsteps. Oh, there's the first for Kenzie. Now the ball's rolling. Can he keep it going? Kenzie up on the smoke. He's done damage. He knows that they're both here. Flashing them in. He's charging them down. They're on the bomb. He gets them off of it. Kenzie has won the round. There's no time. 1v4, and he just snatches it away from Virtus.pro. New face on this team, showing up in a very big way. You love what we've just got out of Kenzie there. That shouldn't have been a forZe round. That is their first T-side round as well. And what a way they get it. What a confidence booster.
Absolute filth. The pinpoint precision. And then he sees the jump up, like you say. This is lovely, dude. The flash, he hears the tap. He knows he can't just gamble with the spam. And so he uses the timing of the flash to jump into the bomb site, knife out, and spray the smoke. Like, you could not have played it better if you tried. What a beautiful round. Like, Kenzie was sharp on Mirage, man. He had the headshots, but that's something else. That is peculiar.
Nice.
Yes. Couldn't even say it, man. I was
Peculiar.
so shocked. But yeah, I'm having an aneurysm. Someone call an ambulance.
An ambulance. Look at the Deagles, man. You do have an AWP on Jay, and who do you reckon dropped it? It actually wasn't Sanji. I think it was Buster.
Nah, he just bought Deag armor, maybe. I don't even know, man. Why am I questioning?
Oh, well, the AWP's gone.
Who's got it now, then?
Hopefully it ends up in Buster's hands, and it will.
Armor, love it.
The man frequently donning the AWP alongside Jay gets it.
Makes sense, right? But this is not a round where VP are going to be expecting to win. And that's a real big problem, right? They win 4 rounds in a row CT. It's the economy for you, man. They're in full control. And they lose one. Suddenly, it's back to the drawing board. The AWP gets scavenged for a 3rd time. But they're going to chase down Yukinda. Can he get away with this weapon? Sanji, even 1 kill here is good. There's the frag. Can't double down. And Yukinda may as well escape with his life. But Amal Mesa will not let it happen. In the bank, in your pocket, and taking your credit card.
And this is Dire Straits now, right? You mentioned the CT money. Man, it's so punishing, isn't it? It doesn't even feel fair. VP were kind of grinding their way back into this. They were making it respectful. They get 4 rounds in a row. Things are looking good. Things are looking up. And now suddenly 2 victories going in favor of forZe, all starting with that Kenzie 1v4. Now really tips the scales in their favor. And look at the midnight odds. These are like basically inverted from when this series started.
Flipped on its head. VP doing handstands right now. But you can't pull the trigger of your gun with your toes, Harry. Trust me, I've tried. Oh dear, Monster Rush denied. Flash may be good, but Kenzie is in the tunnel, and so he covers Jerry. He's getting tagged with a Deeg, but he will live. And the cover is just there. Kenzie saves Jerry, Almeza saves Zorti. Flit's just having fun, man. He's just chilling. And spots the P2K, one of the rare P2K users left in this game, Sanji. And he's not going to do much with it. This is a freebie for forZe. 14 found, and VP knew what they were expecting. It was just the eco. Got guns coming in the next, and their final chance to... You know, I was believing in this comeback for VP, somewhat. But the second that you get all your money crunched, 4 rounds in, like, what can you even do? They had to forZe, they had to eco, and now they have to pull a near impossible comeback.
Yeah, man, it is rough. It really is. Like, you know, the momentum started to get picked up, but then, as you say, man, and as we've kind of been, you know, really driving home, it is the determining factor here. It's just that this CT economy is punishing VP at the worst possible time. Man. The money just ain't there. Money, the biggest problem for all of us in some way.
Okay, that's deep, Harry. Just
Look,
bits of paper, man. Relax.
Look at this. I love these entry kill leaderboards that we've got. One thing you'll know, like Jerry, not really the man who's like mad entry fragging. Normally left to the rest of the gang. When you've got Zorti opening up rounds like he has been, you don't need no Jerry.
This is it, do or die. 2-0 or, well, a fight for survival for VP. And forZe have many more tricks up their sleeve, tricks that they don't even need to pull out in this game, perhaps. Boost coming out on B. Look at that. Love the camera shots. Whoop. Hit. Ha. Which one are they going for? Lobbing nades, lobbing flashes. Will they eventually go up and over? Ooh, lots of info for Sanji. Spots too. But VP, you know, the one thing they have had is reads in this game, in the CT side. They've had all the stacks, they've been in the right place, even if they can't hit the shots. So again, 4 down on B, but you'll notice that bomb is leaving this site after getting seen in the short side. Running round is Kenzie. So trying to play with their food, trying to fool VP. They may have done it for now.
I like this though, right? Leaving Jerry on this late lurk down in water. He can cut off rotations, or he could carve you a path into the B bomb site later in the round if this A play doesn't work out the way you envision it to. Your Kindar will hold on to A, and that's going to send forZe back now. This is a nice little comfort blanket that Jerry provides by his presence here. Kicker dealt with. One man left inside of B, but he melts as well under the pressure of Jerry. Sanji doing what he can, brings a player down low, out in CT, Yakindar gets wiped clean, and it is just Sanji. They know about him, they deal with him. Zorti there to lock it in, forZe up to 15, Virtus.pro, no money. Once again, it's all gone at a very important scoreline. You know, you're up against 15, you're a map down in this series, and you've got nothing. They need $1. $1 is what they need, and if you need $1, I tell you what, Skin Club, they got this little thing going on. $1 free, 100 codes to give away. Use the chat command, !skin free. You can get the $1 that VP so desperately need right now.
Damn, Harry, what a tie-in. What are they paying you, man?
Ugh.
$1?
Yeah, thereabouts.
You're one of the 100, I guess. Wow, what a game we've had out of forZe, man. They've got to get huge. huge respect for taking VP down so swiftly. Might not be done though. Kit fighting for his life in connector. And a nice little jump up for Buster, gets another. So suddenly, we're thrown back into disarray. Into no man's land. Jerry looking to pick up the pieces of this round, hunting that B kill. Kenzie's out monster, dodges the flash, and he knows a repeak is coming with it. Suddenly, blink and you miss it. 5-on-3, back to a 3-on-3, and VP now got to deal with this B commit. Sanji is trapped in the barrels, they know it. Looking the wrong way, Yakinda pushes out. Jerry with the trade and trying to escape Sanji while he waits for the bomb. But behind the bomb is another man known as James, and he looks to save this round and this series.
Yeah, a bit of the old Jane Payne here with the Famous. Oh, they turn! They deal with the flank! Oh no, VP, that was meant to be the thing that saved them. Now it's just Sanji. This guy is so used to often working with less. Well, right now, a Deagle and a Dream is all that separates him from keeping it alive for Virtus.pro or forZe locking in this series over VP. Up into the A site, Sanji has got the read. He's in the right place at the right time, and the Deagle delivers the killing blow onto Jerry. Now that bomb, it's out of there. It's back down connector into the B site. Sanji, once again, is aware of this possibility and is already making his way in towards B. Sanji, with just a Deagle, trying to keep the dream alive. This was 1v2. Now only Zorti left to find, and he's very, very low. He's been spotted, and the Deagle delivers. Okay. Sanji keeps it going. Virtus.pro up on a 9, and it's not over yet.
All right. That's the round that you love to see from Sanji, but is it going to be something that VP can rely on, or will it just be a flash in the pan, a one and done, maybe? It's sad to see, but sad to say rather, but it's probably what we'll see. forZe still have so much money to fall back on. But a banging round from Sanji at least. Someone had to show up, especially with that whiff from James on the flank. Oof. That cost them the map. That would not leave you happy. But at least now VP can believe, just for another round at least, right? A team that never gives up. But man, forZe aren't really giving you many opportunities here. 6 to go for VP in a row. Got Zorti on the AWP again. He's had some fast flicks. Jerry running through the molly, smoking it, looking for the boost that have so often been employed by VP. Flick spamming is even a bait here for Jerry. Right, VP might boost after hearing those shots go off, but Jerry is waiting for the repeak. He won't get it. Zorti's dead early. Yakinda pushes mid. We finally see some of that deep mid fountain control for VP, as prophesized. And Jane follows up as well, killing a B player. So VP not going down without a fight, it seems. And Yakinda's just unleashed right now.
And when he's having a round like this, Dinko would call him Vekindar. That's the kind of pain he's laying out right now. Ooh. Flit also been a real problem today. Still alive in this round, and he's got Kenzie alongside him. I'm not ready to write off a round that still has these two folks left in play. Right now they're in T-spawn, and they were hoping that Yakinda would have fed the beast, right, and given you a chance at navigating this round. With that not happening, it might just be a save. And so as I've given this kind of heroic speech about how, you can never discount Flit and Kenzie, well, they're actually just waiting. Exactly where their journey started is where it's ending in this round. A save in T-spawn to give over 10 to Virtus.pro.
Yeah, nothing being given. VP at least give them that respect, right? They want to build up their own money. Not that, they can afford to lose a round at this point, but you don't want to go into any of these last 5 rounds without, the full Monty, without everything you need and more, all the grenades. And we have seen, signs of greatness from VP in this map. We've seen those A rounds where the utility is king, where they're denying bomb plants and mollying the site. They're making forZe uncomfortable. So this comeback looked realistic at the start. It was just how forZe broke their money so early that put this on 15. But they're not out of the woods yet. You'd be a fool to think so.
Ooh. Okay, Sanji, very reasonable. Very reasonable kill. Spamming connector through the smoke. Yeah.
The back of Con by the ladder, all the way through.
That kind of sucks there for old mate Almeza. Will this aggro into the toilets net a kill? Because there is a guy floating around here for VP. Oh, the timing's good on this fallback from Buster, right? You kind of hit the nail on the head there. Actually, a Kindar, rather. Ooh, there's the swing, and that there has given up a pick at the A bomb site. But that's no ordinary pick. He was the solo anchor responsible for A. Losing your Kindar now has opened up this site to the full onslaught of forZe. This is where forZe are feeling like they can get it over the line. They can end this game right now. This is the best chance they've got. Jame trading it out, leaving it in a 3-on-3. The bomb dropped, 30 seconds. They're looking for Jame, but he just won't give them this fight that they're hoping for. There it is. Tempting fate was Jerry. Zorti dead to the bank push, and Flitz shot in the back as well. VP, 11 on the board, trying to make the comeback happen. They haven't made it easy on themselves. They have given themselves the most difficult path to a comeback. But hell, anything's possible in this wonderful game.
Man, James a robot. Like, he doesn't feel pressure. He doesn't feel stress. He doesn't feel emotion. He just sits behind the truck while his team rotate in, flooding the bomb site. And he doesn't need to move. He even reads that nade position that, you know, they're going to go as wide as they can to try and kill him on truck. And so he just bonks a nade into it. Here's a bullet go off. Perfect peek. What a round for VP. Like you said, like massive kill, even in the 4-on-4 to get your Kinder off of the site. And VP were gambling, were leaning B rather. So just unbelievable that VP, you know, make that round look so clean with 3 up at the end of things. So remaining above water. And as said by Dinko as well on the desk, we've got VP boot camping as well. 4 players of VP minus your Kinder all together right now. So that
I want to see your Kindar with the boys, man.
Yeah. All in due time.
I do really like your Kindar. Every interaction we've had with him, he's great. He's like the perfect mixture of cocky, because like, fair enough, you know, you deserve it. And on top of that, like, kind of humble at the same time. Like, you know, he's always saying, oh yeah, I'm kind of the guy who tries to be like, you know, keep everyone high spirits on the team. I'm always clowning around. And that's good, that's perfect. They're the kind of players I think that you want on Virtus.pro when you've got guys like Jame who are just this stone cold, calculated killer.
Nades into B, they're going to try and get a pick with this. They might even find Kicker here. Oh, it's a dunk down, hits him to 20. That's 3 nades, but no kill. Jerry still has 1. Can he find value from it? Oh, bye-bye. James pushed long. Zorti shot in the back, and now you've got to go if you're forZe. You've got to go, you've got to rotate out immediately, because you know you're being flanked, you know that VP have a stack, and they have all the info in the world, so in they go to the jaws of the beast. 4-on-2, and getting eaten alive. Glock hunting Kicker. He looks at the ground, it's a P250 to find him instead, but no way you're winning the round. And so that will be VP onto 12, still in this one, 3 from OT. Crikey. forZe probably getting a little worried.
Yeah, and fair enough, man. I always have this very, very distinct memory of a certain forZe versus Na'Vi game on Train, right? Where they were like, I think, what was it? They were like 15-4 up or something ridiculous. Like that, and then, you know, a little bit of a comeback starts, you're a little bit worried, and then the pressure gets to forZe and everything crumbles. Now, that was a long time ago. But the point I guess I'm trying to make is that forZe are no stranger to really feeling the pressure when they hit 15, especially if the other team is picking up momentum. VP have done more than that, right? They are hot on the heels of forZe looking to make this comeback happen. It's that horrible feeling where you're thinking to yourself, like, we just need 1 round. Like, we just need 5 kills in any one of the next 3 rounds, and we do it.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Though.
Easier said than done, right? Especially when it feels so achievable. Like, it feels like nothing. You've already got 15, mate. What's 1 more round on top of that? But it can be the hardest to get.
Exactly. And especially when VP start believing as well, right? Like, maybe they were a little out of it, getting crushed in the first half, but now they know just how achievable this game is. And then suddenly you're onto Inferno. You're back to being the favorites. And you can take your opening game. You can avoid that lower bracket for 1 more day. forZe on an A round now. VP moving a third man in. Say WP is going to be the right place to unleash hell. Got close toilets player to deal with as well. Will forZe check Jame. He's hiding behind the smoke or in front of it, rather. They don't even look, but the leg shot's a problem. Almost the lineup, and that will do for forZe. They're happy that that's all Jane gets away with from that position. Now the smokes are down. 15 on the clock. The nades again are the undoing of forZe as they desperately look for a plant. Jumping up is Jerry. He needs to provide cover. They need this bomb down. Another nade kill. There's no time. Get the kill if you want. Kick it is too far away, and that's a round for VP. 2 nade kills in the round.
What?
Bomb denied twice.
Jerry's thinking like, right, well, there's no way they need me up here. I'll go fight them. And then just comes raining over the top. Also, yeah, like this from James, the fact that he gets away with a kill, like, you know, you say forZe are probably happy that he only gets 1. Being real, he should have got 0 after that first shot was only the leg, right? So he does his part by going 1 for 1. And yeah, like, you know, we were kind of crediting Jerry and co in that first half saying, oh, they're very, very good at coming up with like ways to make you uncomfortable. Well, the way that VP are making forZe uncomfortable now is these A plays come in, VP just barely even fight for the site. Like, maybe they throw 1 player at you, but that's the extent of it. It's the nades that are so punishing. It's this utility that's locking you out with your forwards.
They've done it all half. Like, this is how VP went 4-0 up to begin the half, right? They literally just nade stacked A site round after round and stacked B. And yeah, there was not much to it. And now we're seeing it, you know, be the catalyst for a comeback. forZe needs to get these nades out of VP early, and at least in this round they have. There's only 1 HE left. If this were to be an A round, this would be the round to do it. Only one AWP as well for VP. None for forZe. They've got a Deagle on Zulti. It's waiting for that loss for round 30. And that's, you know, that's the right play. It's the realistic play. You haven't won yet. Why would you win now? Probably play for later. Oh, the boost up, and he's flashed in the corner. Flick can't see. He's tucked into a cubby, an uncomfortable one at that. Yeah, like playing Deagle here is just waiting for round 30, right? And that's the position they're in. forZe are also waiting for the last round of regulation as much as VP are. Because this one, again, feels pretty out of control. That's a great kill, though. Kenzie getting Buster into B. Will that entice them? 20 seconds, they've got to.
Look at this double monster hole. This could make or break it for VP. There's another man in monster. No one's even looking at it. They walk into the crossfire. And VP are up on a 14, now 1 away from overtime. This is the first series. First series here, Hugo. And we might be about to get an OT with Virtus.pro of forZe. And 2 to take us there. Let's not forget, by the way, for anyone who missed the first half, this wasn't like, you know, this wasn't a tale of these 2 teams battling it out. Oh, forZe impressing us, getting a 15, but now VP, you know, it was 11-4. It was dominance of forZe in that first half of play.
Yeah.
Virtus.pro deserve all the credit for remaining this resilient. I think at this point they've kind of maxed out their extra credits for resilience, right? Everyone knows them as this team that you can never write off, you can never count out. It's interesting how that's always been the VP branding, right? In a way, like, even VP of old, the Polish squad, right? It was always, oh, well, they might be bad right now, but just give them, you know, like 2 weeks, suddenly they'll be dominating again.
Mercedes and they'll be back.
Well, I don't know about that one, Hugo.
Wait, maybe not. But yeah, like 15-8 in this map, keep that in mind. 15-8 in favor of forZe. Like, even if you look at that mini comeback on its own and forget the first half, that's 7 match points. Like, this would be such a sick way to start the tournament off for forZe, to take a victory here and to run through the upper bracket dodging death. And you know VP, like, you meet VP in lower bracket, you get a bit scared.
I like that. Did you just see Little getting, like, really in with forZe, like, really trying to pump him up? That was like a one-on-one, like, come on, get your head in the game, boys. Let's see if that little pep talk is going to be enough. Because this is their last chance to put it to bed in regulation.
Terrifying spot to be in. VP are no sleepers in OT either. I don't need to tell you that, but I will anyway. So this is going to be your easiest chance yet. 1 round, 5 kills. And a bomb plot would be nice as well, but that has been strenuous to achieve. We don't have the same utility though. 2 nades and a molly. All the damaging weaponry, all the damaging grenades that VP have in this round. Doesn't matter. They're going back to B, Harry. I don't think this has been the answer for forZe in any of these rounds, so they better have something special to show us. The A rounds have gotten close, but it has come down to util. And in the rounds that VP don't have the util, forZe don't go A. This could be their undoing. 40 seconds. Molly is ready for Buster.
Yeah, man. The other thing that scares me is that there's actually only 3 players at B. Like, if you trade 1-for-1 at each of these kills that are leaning towards Monster, there's only 1 guy left to actually commit to the push. So now they're calling to rotate these other players down con. They get the opener. That's huge. That could be a difference maker.
Boy.
But Buster not ready to give up the B bomb site. And oh, it's getting worse and worse by the second. Sanji's sending them packing. The B site's closed. And overtime is locked in for Virtus.pro. 15-15. All the way from 8 to 15 down. They managed to claw their way back in and take us to overtime.
Unbelievable scenes. I mean, forZe are going to be kicking themselves, but VP don't even look phased. Look at their cams. Look at how relaxed they are, how cool, how calm, and how collected. Absolutely no problem. And now this really gets hard for forZe, right? Inferno is on the tip of everyone's tongue. Is this really going to go the distance? We'll have to find out.
I wasn't even prepared for OT.
No.
I don't even know what I'm meant to be doing right now, Hugo. Like, I don't think it was meant to happen this early on in the tournament. Not between forZe and VP.
No.
It's nice that VP are roaring back to life. You know, I was kind of sad, like, after seeing it with a bit of a dismal start. I was wondering, like, man, did the falling short in Pro League get to these guys?
Clearly not. I just love how they just look so robotic, man. They just look like.
Mate, have you heard the team comms of VP? Like,
No,
when they win like a game,
just like, no.
they'll all in sync go nice, and then that's it, just silence again. And it's like, wow, you guys really are like little robot men that are taking over the game.
Yeah, no survivors, no prisoners. Back from the bathroom break and maybe back into OT now. This has been a long one, though.
Maybe that's what Little was saying. It's like the coach, like, look, you can go pee when we get to overtime.
Yeah, let's lose this round, guys. No, probably not.
No. I imagine it was something more like, if we win now, you can go to the toilet. So win.
It's a win-win. Go either way. Right.
There's always time to pee. It's the old saying.
Yeah, let's check these scoreboards out, right? We got we got your Kinder top of the team alongside James, and then on the other side we got 3 men up 22 plus.
Well, can I just say as well, like, you know, you think about the fact that Yakinda had a very, very quiet game back on Barrage. One of the things that Dinko and Co was saying was that, you know, when Yakinda is a little bit quiet, when he isn't having these lights out games that we know him for, you do see VP struggling. And so I think he probably felt a lot of pressure on himself to try and deliver on their map pick. Hell, man, he's certainly doing good on that now. And the results are there. You know, now we're in OT. Now it's anyone's game again, anyone's series for that matter. Still a chance at a third and final map.
Yeah, I wonder, are there only 4 players of forZe on boot camp? Because our camera shot only shows 4 players. Are they in the same spot as VP? Or is there someone who's just like caught off cam, like not allowed? Another room, maybe? Who knows?
Hugo, we should do a boot camp.
We're literally in the same room right now, Harry. We're classing together. That is essentially
that is basically our boot camp, isn't it?
Boot camp all year.
I've been living a boot camp for like 5 years now.
It just keeps moving, man.
Yeah.
Country to country, continent to continent, map to map.
I can't wait till LANs are back.
Yeah, man.
It feels so close now. I really love as well, like, you know, we've had a lot of people tuning in and staying at home, and that's great, you know, like just watching CS, hanging out with us. Yeah. It's great, man. You guys have all done a bang-up job. And soon we'll be rewarded, right? The end is within sight.
Yeah. It's all worth it.
And when LANs are back, my God, imagine how excited everyone's going to be. They're going to be packed, bro. They're going to be packed.
Ooh. And these nades get stacked onto Sanji, down to 10. Round 1 of OT. forZe looking for a second opportunity to get mown down. No, they don't. Oh, he runs out of ammo. Kicker with what looked like the best spray. Immediately whiffed, fully blind. and only does damage, but it's a hell of a lot of damage. Sanji misses the jump. The mollies are flying in. He's 10 health. He doesn't want to get caught in the open. Just trying to tuck, stay alive. There's a chance for forZe to find this first in OT, but more nades landing damage. Yakinda with a kill from above. Traded. Sanji still in the pit, has support from Buster. Both AWPs on the retake here. Sanji, the only man committed. Jame on the flank, and this time he doesn't whiff it. It's not a FAMAS, it's an easy pickup. Bomb is now under his control. How the hell do you get back here if you're forZe? Zorti needs to win this fight with the AWP. He just jumps over instead. Oh, jumps back. Jame is not worried. And no one is giving anything away. This is all on the AWPs right now.
Oh, that's a good bait. I was going to say, like, there shouldn't really be a way you win this, but the flank gonna deal with Jame. A lot of pressure now removed from the shoulders of forZe. Buster and Sanji still alive and still causing problems. They need to get into B. You've got 10 seconds and the bomb's dropped again. Oh no! Just flit, low HP, low time. He's looking for kills and he can't get them. You thought that forZe were onto a winner, but Sanji and Buster are able to lock it in.
I just love what they do there, right? They wait all that round for Flit to come in on the flank. He goes back up Con and clears out Jame on the big wrap. Like, they know exactly where those B players are as well. They've already seen them. But it's not enough. VP. They give and they take. But mainly they take. And that's their first. Added to the tally. The 3-mapper. Maybe in our sight after all. Back to Con for forZe. They've tried everything. But Caterpillar in Con. All players walking their way through. Where are the gambles going? VP rolling the dice. Back to B with 4. Buster in the toilet. Was at least going to get Herd coming up into this position, so... Ooh, that's going to sell it. Flick gets a kill out B through the spam. The Con spam back for Yakinda does a lot of damage, and now VP realised now they can rotate back up to the top side. They saw those players go up Con, and, well, will the bomb commit? It seems like it will. Going on a safe route, but it will take some time. And Jump Spot, do they know about the close player on the toilets?
Oh... Buster just caught, goes off the angle for a moment, and as that happens, Zorti's in with the peek. Oh, little gap in the smoke for Kenzie. All right.
Oh, Yakinda! What?
He's dropped the bomb. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Kenzie and Jerry get it back under control. They traded places in the smoke, and he didn't know where to look. He thought he killed the guy who planted.
Imagine if he got that kill in the first spray, he would have been ready to take down the second on truck. He almost got 2. Christ, that is just so close. I don't even know what's happening. These rounds are getting wild. This game is getting crazy. More AWPs, but only 1 for VP as the money is taken into account into OT. Waiting outside Monster or forZe. VP have water yet again. Buster going to try and get the info. Goes up and over. Sees legs early. But forZe evaporate. They dissipate from this B bomb site and they regroup up on top.
Yeah, maybe starting to feel like they've pieced together how to break this A-bomb site apart. Double setup in the toilets here for Virtus.pro. Bit more of an aggro stance than we've been used to seeing out of them.
Oh. So 1.
Yeah, there's a spot, right? And that now, the fact that you're cognizant that there is a player in toilets is really, really good for not falling prey to this double setup.
4A.
Oh, down here in Con. The reason why there's 4A is because this short water control has been taken by Buster. He's just waiting patiently. Now here in the utility, he's seen stuff raining over B. He knows that they're starting to come his way, and he's got to keep his wits about him, because they could come through the short tunnel, they could burst out Con, and they might elect to do both. Here they are, Buster, only good for the first. It's traded by Flit. The rotation's called for, but they are a little delayed. And so forZe, the time to get this bomb down is right now.
Yeah, nothing to stop him. The nade will dunk, but it's not going to kill him. And so forZe, wow, in a post plant, it's a rare commodity in this map. VP have been so good at denying those bomb plants or letting the time play to their favor. Well, now the time is ticking against them. They've got to retake it. They've got to run it right through. Jame moving in with the orb. Kenty waiting for the peak, and he's got a kill. Now just tucking in, going back for more. Didn't need to, but luckily traded onto Sanji. Kick is still standing with a double, though. Flit feeling out the time, and he knows they've got to get on that bomb ASAP. The monster player can't stop the defuse, but Flit certainly can, and forZe will find 2-1 in the first half of overtime. There is still hope. We remember just how good their CT side was. But it seemed like, you're right, they finally figured it out. They finally got some bait calls in. They forced some rotate. They threw in a fake here and there right at the end of the half. So
yeah, they also
took them 15 rounds.
They also got a lot better at baiting out that utility that was so often punishing in those post plant scenarios, or sometimes like not even allowing the bomb to go down, right? Instead, you know, you were kind of outmaneuvering VP. It wasn't just you matching them in a battle of brawn, you were outbraining them as well. And so now in the lead once again are forZe. Virtus.pro, they did well to make this comeback even happen, to even get to overtime. But their struggles might be just beginning as we are ready to move into this second half of play any moment now.
The way you look at it right now, if you're VP, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe we got 4 rounds first half. Maybe we really struggled on that T side, but we're deep in the game. Like, forZe are a little bit scared at this point. We're warmed up far better as well. Like, no excuses at this point. We have to win this O2. We've got to go flawless. And then we go to the third map. But is it going to be that easy? forZe have an AWP. They have the money. Do they have the moves?
Oh, Jerry decides he wants to fight VP head on, and he's flashed into mid by Almeza, netting the opening kill. And it's a huge opening kill to find at that. Yakindar, someone who's been really pulling his weight for VP out of the round early on. Virtus.pro, a team that when they get the opening kills are so punishing, but when they don't, this slow style can actually cause them problems, right? They'll work really, really hard to go a man up. Once they get it, they fall back into like a slow default. Well, right now, when you're a man down, the pressure's on you to try and extend, to try and get these opening kills. Can they do it? James seems to think so. He's peeking out from short side, hidden at sandbags for now. The barrel could get spotted, right? That's a risk. No fights getting given over. This is a great show of restraint out of forZe. B-play looking to come through.
So mind. Flit swings, but he's usually been good for more than one. The orb does get the kill. I don't know how. Jerry should have had that one. And now 2 on 3. Molly goes in deep. Almeza goes past it. He can stop the plant. There's almost no cover. Monster player's not there in time. And Almeza will do it. That provides a bit of room for Zorti. And he catches Jane crossing back in. Now the 1v1 and the bomb picked up. But it's the kill that comes through for Buster to keep VP in this. 4 on 5 on that execute. But they win it out. That beautiful double flash combo to Kenzie blinds him. And with only 1-for-1s out of everyone in the B-bomb site for forZe, VP pick it up.
It's a damn shame. Jerry and Flit had like a flash setup, the Apex flash that we often see, lobbed into Monster. He tries to peek with it, but the timing is a second off, and actually he gets fully blind off of Jerry's flash. That could have been a very different round if that flash combo works, because it is such a punishing setup. That's beautiful out of Jerry. There's a bit of revenge.
Yeah, that's a weird one for James. Like, he didn't smoke the molly. Was his teammate smoking it? He just ran through with his knife out, and then halfway through he realized, wait, I'm getting spammed. I'm going to get slowed in the molly. But he doesn't get slowed, he gets headshot. But unless his teammate was smoking that, it's a very peculiar call. I'm never using that word again.
Peculiar.
Yeah, because I've done that twice now. And now Meze, he's got us a second too, finding Buster in middle. forZe at least looking to lock in a guarantee of double OT, but Yakindo wants anything but. fires back and catches Almeza escaping on long. forZe maybe getting ahead of themselves. 4-on-3, not done yet.
Yeah, Bomb was all the way outside of Monster, so this looked like it was always coming back into a B play. Only 2 here for forZe. It is Kenzie and Jerry, so you're in pretty safe hands, right? You're hoping that these guys can at least go 1-for-1 each, set you up for a 2-on-2. Instead, the flashes are very, very punishing. Kenzie is really feeling the pressure now. Oh, still alive, dodging them for the time being, and even getting out of there. Great stuff from Kenzie, just not giving the kill over. And sometimes it's not about the kills you get, it's about the frags you don't give away. He fights a little bit later on when things are in his favor, and it leaves it all on your Kindar. 1v2, not gonna happen. He needed the ace in that round there if he wanted to put up one for VP. forZe back on match and series point at 18-17.
I mean, you can't bank on anything at this point, right? Who even knows who's favoured in this round? But forZe, on the better side, undoubtedly, the side that they were wrecking VP on in regulation, and now just one round to do it. AWP again for Jane. Who's going to be the hero here? Who's going to save the day for VP, if anyone? Fast orb to Con. Zorti blind, gets the kill. Buster out of the round. And Jerry, while he's flashed out, he jumps up on the railing safely. And forZe have so much control with the man up as well. VP just look like they want to walk out Monster. Might be their best play yet. There's no one here. forZe are double short, but they also have a flank. And so while this will mean VP can likely get into B for free, getting out alive will be a whole different problem. And Almeza's on the wrong flank right now. They might need to call him back because noises are heard outside B.
But one of the advantages of this flank... Oh, hang on a sec. They are coming back. Almeza, they're there. He's only in with the first. Okay, now things are a little bit wet and wild because there's still this one player up A long. Right now, trying to hit this timing, we've got your Kindar pushed all the way up towards A, and he could hit the timing. There is a player rotating back up for forZe, and your Kindar hasn't pushed in yet, so maybe Flip gets here in time. Bombs back out through middle, Virtus.pro. Trying to get us to a double OT. Your Kindar, a lot of faith put in him to try and make this long wrap happen. Flick getting here late, having to check everything as he makes his way into the site. And still with 3 down on B of forZe. Right now, we need something big out of Flick. Even a 1-for-1 could be enough just to hold on. Your Kindar out of long, shot in the back is Flick. The A site falls and a 3-on-3 retake. Oh, the numbers getting stripped away immediately. Double overtime, maybe a possibility now. Kicker denying this connector rotation. Zorti and Kenzie, 2 fresh faces in forZe, left to do the impossible. It's not looking good. Zorti 1-on-3 in the blink of an eye. This was 4 versus 3. This was 4v3, and now Virtus.pro not losing a man. Lock in a double overtime appearance.
Oh my god, how are they doing it, man? It felt like if forZe had the, I wouldn't say perfect setup, right? Like, obviously they're gambling B in that round and they had Flip solo away. I would love to see Flip play more passive, like give up the site, play retake, stop an aggressing player. But he positions in the site, and even though Yakinda throws that molly right from behind him, he doesn't react to that info. He doesn't try and swing that kill or turn around. He's just committed. He's just looking forward, and no one peeks in front of him. Yakinda's first out. So free kill, get a bomb plant, get a 3-on-3. VP aren't giving that round away. What an incredible round from VP. They just never know when to quit, Harry. They just never know when to give up, And so we go again. We run it right back.
Yeah, the game that kept on giving. That didn't know when to stop.
And then gave some more. Who will give in first?
Some of you may die. That is a risk I am willing to take.
Boom.
Well, nade stack. No one on the boost.
That's how both teams have started off their T-side OT.
Look at this, right? You've thrown these nades in, and it almost gives the illusion that you haven't taken short yet. in reality, they were already pushed up the short side, so they explode in immediately once those nades go off, and no one from forZe was actually ready for those players to be that deep. I actually love what we just saw out of Virtus.pro. They knew that there was no one boosted beforehand. Like, they throw the nades in, but you've already got players out short. It was like a bit of a ruse. Similar to when, you think about a map like Inferno or Banana Control, occasionally teams will throw a top banana Molotov while they actually already have the top banana control to give the illusion that, oh, we're still down the bottom of banana, we're nowhere near the B site yet. And then they explode in. We just saw a kind of similar thing, but with a B execute here on Overpass and the nades up onto the boost.
Yeah, and so despite being 16k MR3, 1 round win, 1 kill rather, and it's a round win. VP just take it by storm and force surrender at the border. So it's like, yeah, what can you do at that point? Saving in 16k is not a fun way to go about it. But it might have been their only call. Now you get a bit stressed. Jerry, cracking his neck. James gets through the molly. That's a problem. Up and past fast. forZe luckily not taking mid. We've seen, I feel, Harry, remind me if I'm wrong, only 1 round in this game where we've seen aggressive mid setups from the CTs, right? Where Yakinda pushed in from long and he took playground rather, got a couple of kills. We haven't really seen any of that. I don't know how Yakinda wins that fight, frankly. He never should have. But yeah, forZe aren't doing it either. A lot of B leans out of the gate. And now back up Tipsy top side, rotating into A. That's a huge kill for Almazer. It's untradeable for now, and he gets out in time before the AWP posts up. So forZe leaning on this top side, re-aggressing. Almazer looking to the toilet. And Flitz come back down B as well, so VP still in no hurry, right? When are they ever? 40 seconds, they're still defaulting. Bomb needs to be retrieved. Don't want to lose this to time, but VP seem very calculated in these late round moments. Winning 2 here on the T side after a recklessly bad T side in regulation could be everything for VP. That smoke's annoying at the 20-second mark. They've got to go through.
Oh, but go through they shall. Yakinda excels at these kind of peaks where he has no business winning the fight, and he gets away with it anyway. Oh, another out of him. 3 in the round, everything coming on the back of Yakinda. He even plants the bomb. Oh, no, denied, and there's no time. Oh, the humanity.
That's a VP round if I've ever seen one before. Yakinda kills 3, and they don't cover the plant. Been there before.
Did the bomb get dropped? Yeah, the player who died, right? Zorti,
yeah. Yeah, Zorti killed him. So Yakinda had to go back. Like, he had to go and get that bomb. He had no choice. Right? When he gets this kill, he turns around, he grabs it, and the cover is too late. The long player doesn't see the player get out of truck. The short player is holding, the other side of the site, and immediately just killed.
That's one of those rounds where forZe are kind of laughing to themselves, like they're panicking, going, "Oh my god, we lost it!" And then it just counter-terrorists win. Oh, hang on a sec, yeah, we good.
Run. Get out of there.
And that would be heartbreaking if this makes the difference in OT. In a second overtime, the aggression at short has given up this information that there's no one at B. You've got a tremendous amount of information and map control if you're forZe. Now, what are they going to do with this? That's the question.
Oh, no. I was wondering why they weren't flanking. Oh, no. Oh, no. VP going back, Harry. VP are going lower. And so, a flank could have even got them killed here, but if VP, they won't commit with the bomb. They send a player back to look at spawn for the push. And so if it ends A, we've got this 4-man setup here with Kenzie gambling on the B bomb site, staying for a lurker or a change of direction for VP. That's a good opener. Zorti again, been full of them. He's got this double toilet setup alongside Almazer. The barrel sticks out, so you definitely want the AWP, taking first contact on this corner. They're going to flash him off, though. Molly is good, however, it will stop a T aggressing. Bomb's still not been picked up. 30 seconds. We've seen this be the undoing of VP. You can get all the kills you like, but if the timer doesn't favor you, then boy, that can be costly. 20 seconds. They've lost a round.
The bomb is
at
FC spawn.
It's over. They've lost a round.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Physically unwinnable round now. All right. Cool. None of these kills matter, by the way. Literally don't make a difference. You cannot kill forZe. They're on both bomb sites. You forgot the bomb. I don't even know what to make of that one. That's like last round on crack. Like that's not going too far down the other way.
Oh, you saw the moment of realization. And like that time, it reminds me of where they almost, well, actually, they did lose it to time when the bomb got dropped outside of B back in regulation. And that was ages ago now, by the way. But this time, it was them who put the bomb there. And they realized, hang on, no one can get it. We have 20 seconds. And, well, that's what you call a Foxtrot uniform Charlie Kilo moment, right?
Yeah.
Man. Don't get more VP than that.
No, it doesn't. That one hurts.
That was like a VP Na'Vi crossover.
That's double OT. By the way, that's double OT. We're so deep in. Mines are being lost. Rounds are being
Lost.
Bombs
are being lost in spawn.
Oh my goodness. And obviously I'm imagining this pause is somewhat related to that VP. Maybe having a chat. Maybe, because like, when that happened, when they dropped the bomb in the first place, it's because sanji dropped it and went back to check B. Like, it was a good call. It was like, oh, we're still defaulting. I'm actually scared they could have pushed Monster. They did push Monster. There were 2 players there. It allowed the 4-man A stack with the gamble on lower from, I think it was Kenzie. And, you know, Sanji's going back. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But then every other player chooses their other route. Sanji's defaulting B. Someone goes connector. Someone goes A. And suddenly you got 30 seconds. You're going, wait, who's got the bomb? And no one's
it's like everyone else, every single person just thought someone else would get it.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're all thinking that someone else is going to get it, no one going to get it.
That's an awful shame for VP to lose a round like that. And you can look at forZe, man. Look at the cameras, right? Earlier when VP were pulling the comeback, we were like, wow, these guys are so like, you know, so calm, so collected. Well, now forZe are laughing. They're having fun. They're making jokes. They're fist bumping. These guys are feeling the win. They don't want to go to Inferno. Why bother? Yeah, okay, maybe we should have closed this game in regulation, sure. But we're here, we're now. Let's do it with style. And they certainly might be able to. 20-19, 2 rounds to find. First to 22. VP need to go flawless in the CT side, or forZe need 2 rounds.
2019 as well, it was a big year. One of the last of the greats, actually, they call it.
I think actually, yeah. Once we hit this decade, oof. Not that fun anymore.
Just like real life, once you hit into the 20s, everything goes downhill.
Ah, yes.
And now, here we are.
My arc started way earlier than that.
Been hating existence since the tender age of 3. Ooh, look at this, Yakinda.
Beautiful.
He's thinking more like a little twosome down here in the connector. Double up. And a big double to find, right? Really throws a bit of a spanner in the metaphorical works. And it's a metaphorical spanner at that, so it's really throwing us through a bit of a loop. Jane don't miss those. Can always rely on him for that. VP looking to tie us up at 2020. And that was the beginning of the end, as we all recall it. You're going to note that they'll go back and get the bomb. Key bit of difference here.
Yeah, difference is they're not going to win the round either. Oh, I guess not difference, the similarity. Although, 1v1 being given, however, Buster in a very good position. Salty's got a lot to clear in that monster smoke as well. He's looking at the fade. He's checking his right. He's not convinced. And he should have been. Buster was there the whole time. 20 all now as VP don't go down without a fight. Although that's not news to anyone here. Man, they really like to make us work for our games, don't they, Harry? They like to make themselves work.
Oh, bro, it's like that old, it's like the old superstition that VP are paid by the hour, and so they just like, you know, oh, it's 6 hour best of 3. Yeah, all right, that sounds good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
20k an hour. Yeah, all right, yeah, we can drag this one out.
Well, 2 in a row for either team, or 1-1, and we go to a third OT.
Well, it's 2020 in the server. And right now it's the B bomb site that's under lockdown. forZe just waiting on the outskirts. Molly delays the push. While all this is happening, you do have a player scouting out the long side. That's Almeza. Getting aggro over towards A. He can sell a fake from here, right? Even dumping some utility into the A-bomb site could be enough to disrupt this hold. That doesn't look to be the case. The bomb's kind of in a state of flux right now between both A and B. Not really sure where this is looking to end up. Now they try and regroup with Almeza after getting that B kill. And VP have fallen for it. Hook, line, and sinker. They've got 3 players down towards B. And the one man who's up at A is Jame, but he's not playing in the site. This makes him super vulnerable to this long wrap. The moment he gets away with one, it should get traded. It should get traded. And yeah, he doesn't even get that one kill. There's the long wrap coming in. The A bomb site now in the hands of forZe. From this point in, 5-on-3, nothing could possibly go wrong.
They've got nades, Harry. That's why I'm getting scared. But the bomb plant will come through in time. We actually saw the exact same round out of VP. They won it in a 3-on-5. You know, the one where Yakinda comes out long, much as how they just did there. How Almeza walked out, Yakinda clearing corners. That's a beautiful peek, but 2-on-4. No smoke for the bomb either. He's going to try and flash him off. I guess sticking is one of your only plays here, trying to provide cover for your teammate. Yakinda's doing that. Kicker's got a kill. Nothing could go wrong, as we said, though, and forZe will hold strong 21. I love that round out of forZe, right? They get the pick B, but most importantly, VPC 3 players there on that monster peak before they die. And so they just play the round off of the early info. And forZe, who near the end of regulation, finally figured out, like, oh yeah, we can fake. And like now they've been running fakes in OT, and finally that's a beautiful fake that works out. They force everyone down lower. Jame gets caught by Almeza out long. And is this the end, or is this just the beginning?
Yeah, either it's a third overtime, or forZe take this series 2-0. Double con setup. They boost up Yakinda, and Almeza is not even considering it. Kicker and his Deagle will deliver one. And it's a 3-on-3 that grinds to a bit of an awkward halt. forZe still stacked heavy outside of this B bomb site. But they don't look like they want to commit. They're going back, pushed in through connector. VP do have a man in the back line.
As always, it's Jame.
And here's the thing, Jame being here, the fact that he's not moving is actually a great thing for VP. forZe are trying to go silent, right, to give the illusion, oh, we could have gone back to A, hoping that this causes VP to, like, shuffle up this defense. Well, VP know you haven't gone to A because Jame is holding for this exact contingency. And so VP just keep this double setup in the B bomb site. forZe are hoping that this is going to lead to weakness, but it's not. They're not budging. They're not moving. And so you're still walking into the double setup.
Yeah, the only good thing is Kenzie's already out. And that's something that VP don't know. Is that going to cause problems? 20 seconds, missed shot. Buster, back in with another. He's got it this time. Dropping his smoke, trying to stall, trying to stay alive. Oh my goodness, the cover is there. Yakinda dropped off the top. And now Zorti getting flanked, and he doesn't even know it either. 10 seconds, he needs the kills. He needs them now. They're not coming. This is done. It's double OT. Zorti's going to try. They knife him in the smoke. And Jame on the flank is the one getting the kill. This is unbelievable.
Eventually, someone has to win, right? Like, surely it has to happen. When will it happen? Let us know. Get your predictions in. How many overtimes do we have left? Because we're on 3 now.
Yeah.
How many OTs, Hugo? Give me a number between 7 and 10.
9.
9? That is between 7 and 10?
Yeah.
You've nailed it.
Thank you.
You're the winner of $1 whole.
The casters get bathroom breaks because they're just players. I don't know how that works.
I just pee in a cup. Because then I also have a beverage on hand as well, if ever I need. The golden juice of life, some call it.
How are you knifing in double OT? That's what I want to know. Like, what is, like, you've won the round, sure. You've won the round. I'll give you that. That's crazy. That's bonkers. That's Buster.
Look at the midnight odds. I don't...
Yeah, good luck, guys. I have no idea.
How do you quantify this? Midnight are trying to crunch the numbers right now. Oh my god. Who even are the favourites?
Throwing paper around the room. I don't know who the favourites are either, guys. Don't worry. VP just hanging on by a thread.
We're all losers today.
Yeah.
This is, oh man. All right, that's a nice opener. Oh, Jane, Jane, heating it up. Big Jane pain time. Oh, number 3. Before he's shot in the back, dethroned in middle. The Fresh Prince is in, and up here towards the A-bomb site. Almeza charging them down. Sanji, alone in A, but not one to go down without a fight. He's here. It does go down without a fight, so bit of a difference there. Almeza, amazing. Up he goes, and in with another. Now down to the 1v1. Just Kicker left to beat, and he knows about him. He knows where he is. Almeza going on a tear to try and win this first in the 3rd OT, and there it is. 22 up on the board for forZe.
Yeah, they just have enough. They go, fine, we'll just run A as fast as we can. And even though Jane pulls off the miraculous 3-piece in middle, they even try and bait around the corner, like jumping it to force a shot out. It doesn't work. And all the kills, woo, flying in high speed, in record pace. And that was probably the fastest round. And we've seen 43. So, yeah, crazy stuff. Really quick one for forZe. Will they keep it up or they go back to what has been, you know, I would say working, but I don't know what has been working at this point. Bit of everything, bit of nothing. But that's a round out of nowhere, and now we go back to the defaulting. Moving up long, moving outside B, trying to give VP a bit of a fake here, trying to ruffle their feathers. Those have been the best rounds, where forZe show presence outside of sight and then go to the other side, and VP just fall for it. Other than that, VP have had very good reads. And even in that last round of regulation, or last round, I guess, of previous OT with Jane just up on the flank, like, not, you know, every round he's pushed con or pushed mid, he's gone on the flank and he's gotten kills a monster. The one round where forZe, like, read it and they stop, Jane does the same. Like, there's so many moving parts to this match, and everyone's aware. Where will it go, though? 20... And yet to die. The 50, now 40-second mark. Someone's got to do it. Oh my god, they completely faked them out, Harry. Everyone is top.
Oh man. And this is where that hyper-awareness sends the rotations of the big dogs up towards A, the werewolves. Kicker, down and down and out for the count, but Buster not ready to concede, not ready to give up the B site. Jerry knows that if you want to get this over the line, big plays have got to get made, so he feeds Buster yet another. Leaving Zorti and Flit up against it all in the 2-on-4. Orp over here at the short side. Flit holding down in water. All these players coming from CT and Graffiti, and Flit is a dead man walking. Virtus.pro, they get themselves up to 22. They keep it competitive. They're eyeing up overtime number 4.
I haven't seen a smile out of VP today. I have not seen.
Let's be real, man. They're not like a super smiley team as far as they go.
No, sure.
I wouldn't be smiling over this, right? This is like, you keep saying, all right, guys, let's win it now for real.
Yeah, guys, come on, let's close it. We keep, we're holding on. I feel like we're just bailing water out of the boat with a bucket. But the bucket also has a hole, like the boat. So really,
hang on, that just means you're at a net loss then.
Yeah, really, you're just sinking. But they're still holding on, Harry. They know how to swim.
If I can touch the floor in the pool, I can swim.
Ah, that's a very good way of looking at it there. Unfortunately, the ocean, quite deep. This boat's not in a pool. Man, even with the fakes like that, even with everyone forced out of the B-bomb site, forZe try and get aggressive, and it's their undoing. They had a man up. Instead, Buster pulls it back, and VP with a retake. So now, equals pequals, even Stevens. And another default. Honestly, I'd like the fast rounds out of forZe, right? We've seen a couple in these OTs, and they've gone pretty well for them.
Yeah, we were all debating when we heard that CS was changing to MR30. Would it be the right decision? But hell, man, I'm loving it. Man down for forZe. They're not loving it right now. They're feeling the pressure. You know, often forZe have been good at like closing out the OTs with a little advantage, and they've still struggled getting it over the line. I feel like that's a necessity for them. They want to keep this competitive. Three players in this A bomb site as well. It's another good read out of VP. Like, they've not been shy on outbraining these setups from forZe today. It's the right place, right time. You've just got to hold on.
Oh, they explode. The molly's good. And how do they get another? I don't know. Are they ready for the third man? The fly in the ointment. Sanji traded. This looked like a dead-on round for VP. They had everyone here, it seemed. Triple stack, burnt out, and beaten away from the bomb site. forZe now fall back, safe post plant, or so they think. Are they ready for the big flank? Kicker has come all the way around. Kenzie in the corner. Kicker's got the shot, and now this retake's raring to go. Kicker, a bit of patience could go a long way with Flick crossing, but he won't commit. Kicker runs past, and Flick lets him go. Oh, the flash is good. The AWP is dead. Flick trades, and now it's onto Buster on the bomb. He has to stick it. He's running low on time. Quick tap, quick shot, not connecting. Back for another fake, and Buster, you can't keep playing, because Flick will find the kill, and forZe 23 up in the lead by 1. But as we know, that means absolutely nothing.
25 is the magic number we're looking for now. Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Oh, well, yeah, it'll be the weekend by the time this damn game's done, Harry.
Right, honestly, I think Lands will be back by the time this has come to a close.
Are you ready for Inferno? That's what I'm...
The year's 23-22, and finally, VP versus forZe comes to an end.
Of that half, as we go into a second
Are we
half
going to a third map?
of the third overtime. It's another go at it. VP now, regulation, it was their T side that sucked, if I recall.
Honestly,
Time ago.
I don't remember anything. I couldn't.
Yeah, it was. So, I mean, yeah. I'm going to try and use that, weave it into the narrative like, yeah, they shouldn't win now, but I've said that every time, and here we are. Big AWP for Zort.
It's like, mate, once you hit this many OTs, it feels like all kind of semblance of normality goes out the window. The rules of CS are just thrown into the fire along with everything else. You know, you're just trying to throw whatever and hope that something sticks. Right now, a bit of long aggression from forZe. Almeza tucked in at the tree. Tree hugging. Oh, the run boost. They ruined it.
Good idea.
No,
Oh,
no.
they go
Here we go. Ooh, but Almeza, they discount him. That was his chance. He's not going to get another one of them. They just leave it completely. I tell you what, if you're Almeza there, that's not that bad, right? Like, you miss the spray. The fact that they don't hound you down and take that, like, 2v1 at long is actually pretty sick. The fact that you're still alive.
Monster push.
Oh, the timing on this is dodgy. It could be good, it could be devastating. Oh, there's one, there is more down towards B. Jame and Sanji get it back under control. Flit alone, trying to hold on to the site, but they overwhelm him, they run him down. Zorti and Almeza left up in this one. The nade could find a kill with a low HP player, but it doesn't. Falling just a little too shallow. Bomb crossing in from short side, does get across. And for Zorti, 1v4, not looking good. There's the first, can he get any more? Trapped back in CT. The AWP just homed in. And Jane puts him in the dirt.
Sick round from Jane, man. So much cover, so many trades. Doesn't even, like move away when he sees a jump either. Doesn't get baited into going for a flick shot, just holds. Knows the peak is coming. And yeah, that's a misread, it feels like, from forZe, right? They see the long setup, and then they see it leave, and what they think is it's coming up A short instead. Like, forZe, they're VP are rerouting rather. Oh, we got the triple boost. And going up short again. Nothing found this time. Molly's different lineup. God, you've really affected them, even 50 rounds deep. But yeah, what forZe do rather is, while they think it's coming up A short, they're trying to grasp Monster to get that info, and that's actually their undoing, right? Double Monster push. They get 1 for 2. Leaves the B site empty, Flick gets traded, and it all falls apart. So, an opening kill for VP here. Like, we haven't really had VP in these match point or map point situations in this game. It's been
it has been them
bottling.
like playing catch up, right?
Yeah, so this could be their first time in the entire map. So I feel like maybe if they finally get their 24th, they finally get a map point.
Hugo, look, man, you're trying to make a lot of sense out of this, okay? You're like, you're like trying to describe why the ocean does what it does. No one knows.
Yeah, it's just water, man. Lots of it.
Because when you have that much water in one place,
But the moon, and the tides, and the moon moves, and the water goes whoosh.
The moon moves in the water. It's the biggest fish in the pond.
It's not a fish.
It's the moon.
It is an A play, although...
No, it's not, Hugo. I told you.
They lost
Stop
speed.
trying to make sense of it.
Okay.
This is clearly too intelligent for you.
Clearly.
Here's the push in towards B. We all knew it was coming. Everyone present. Oh, Sanji. Doming opening. B bomb site belongs to VP. forZe have got to play for the retake. A man, even now, 3-on-3, like we all expected. VP falling back to the short side, trying to play around this bomb. They've left one guy to fight tooth and nail around the pillar, setting him up with flashbangs, trying to allow this peek. James as well is here to help out. Pace is going to get picked up by forZe, and there's Flip with the opener. Oh, Kenzie's in with another as well, and Buster's going to do it all, but he can't. The defuse is in, and forZe are up to map and series point again.
Well, it's not like forZe have had trouble closing out games, it doesn't seem.
Of
but
course!
actually, I imagine a lot of people here were not here for regulation. This was an 11-4.
What, you mean an hour ago?
Yeah, like 2.5 days ago. This was an 11-4 half for forZe in the second map, in VP's pick, and a map that forZe don't really play that well in recent times. So, they look ready to close. They went up. They looked great. VP had some rounds, got back into the fray, sure, but then 15-8. How do you lose a 15-8? Well, you don't. You win it in 3 OT.
Give us more overtimes! I think I speak for all of us. Or at least me. Yakinda with the opener.
I'll give you what you want, Harry.
I love Yakinda for that reason. If there's one guy you can trust to do good on the things I asked him to do, it's Yakinda.
Well, will it all be in vain? Or has he provided an opener for a fourth OT over time?
Are you okay?
Not
Are
really.
you melting right
Yeah,
now?
kinda. 4-on-3, and VP, 5-on-4, rather, heading into this B bomb site. Don't even look at me. Oh, double nades. Pretty good.
Oh, they're
Pretty
juicy.
good.
Yeah.
Are they going to commit? Oh, they're separated by the Molotov. He burns alive. Yakinda's dead. His team were trapped behind it. They never went with him. They couldn't. James going to try and trade, but now forZe have moved a third man into B.
Yeah, they're all stacked up here. If forZe can't do it now, I don't know, man. Like, they've got the right read. They've got a 4-on-4. Admittedly, it was a little sweeter than that.
Oh, but VP.
Oh, hang on. Tricky with it. Kicker taking some damage on the peak. James now onto the chopping block, trying to deal with these B players. The bomb is still all the way back towards T-spawn as well. That's got to come running in to get into this B site in time. 25 seconds, VP. 25 seconds to make it happen. They've got to go. They've got to commit. They fake a rotation up towards A. They make noise in the connector. They run up. That keeps 2 in the A bomb site for forZe. The B site, though, is under lockdown. Jerry with a double has left it in a 2-on-2. Will this all culminate now, or do we get another overtime on our plate? Almeza out through CT, dead to the first, and James left in the clutch, but he can't get it over the line. forZe, they're going to grab this victory 2-0 like we all expected.
Not even close, Harry. Clean as they come. 15-8 to triple OT. We will not go on any longer, even though we wanted to. My goodness, what a hole from Jerry.
I can't believe what we've just witnessed.
Is that game of the tournament on game 1, Harry?
Game 1, it's just immediately the bar is set way too high.
Yeah.
I love what we just got out of forZe. I don't know, man. So often, like back when forZe were on that cusp of like tier 2, tier 1, like, you know, right in that gap, they would frequently have games like this where it gets out of hand and they struggle to get it over the line. Well, here, they remained resilient, they remained composed. It's not often that teams are able to stop a VP comeback, right? So that is a huge testament to forZe. Great stuff out of them. I love what we just saw. I want to know if our analysts loved it as well. So how did you boys find it?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't quite hear you at the start of that one, but yeah, I'm gonna answer Harry's question about how I felt about it. You know, it was a certain point I felt like it was very solid the first half, looking very good for forZe, and then my eyes started to bleed in double overtime with some of the decision making from VP. We were seeing some very strange rounds, running the clock down, going for the bomb plant with no time left, just getting caught, leaving the bomb in T-spawn. There was lots to break down, but I guess we could start in regulation and kind of talk about the two players I want to talk about is Zorte and kenzie, right? Two new players on the block here for forZe. I think Zorte was actually an influential part as to why forZe went up so strong in that first half, right? They were just going for this very dynamic setup, throwing Zorte all over the map, and I think they did a very good job at disrupting that slow play style from VP, right? They were going on that slow T side, and they were just losing a play here and there because Zorte was always somewhere else on the map. He had some cool setups and bathrooms to try and draw that opening kill. And like Harry was saying, okay, VP are very solid when they go into that slower play if they get the opening kill. But when you lose that opening pick, that's when the pressure's really on for you to go and try and find it, and that's where more mistakes happen.
Yeah, we saw that on the first map, and it continued on the second. That was a great game by Kinder, but still too many entry deaths, you know, and that was not that good for VP and their game style. So the game was very high level of emotions, but the second is coming on its way. It's Complexity versus Havu, and we are coming back in a couple of minutes.